Hey everyone, welcome to the
Welcome.
second tournament in our PR season. I'm Golden Kish, and I'm going to be commentating today on these matches with Meat Bomb.
Hello.
And we've got our first match coming up here soon. We're going to have Adder versus Hermit the Shark. We've got an exciting tournament coming up for you guys, so just stay tuned. We got round one coming up here soon.
All right, so we're gonna be jumping into it. Both these players quite well known in the community, in my opinion. I'm really excited to see how this goes.
Yeah, absolutely. We've got some exciting matches this tournament, especially since this is obviously the second PR tournament. We've got some competition really starting to get going, knowing where some of our players are standing at this point. So let's take a look at the bracket and see what we got coming up here soon.
We got a lot of interesting games here. I think a lot of like unseen matches, the matches we've never seen, at least in my opinion that I've seen. For example, like Termina versus Aiden. I've never seen those two fight. I'm so curious how it's gonna go. There's so many possibilities here, you know?
Yeah, really exciting. Always to see new matchups. I believe we have 10 entrants in today's tournament.
Or, I think it's 12 now. It's 12.
12 entrants, which is really exciting. That's a lot of players.
We even got the regions.
And-
Nice. All right, so I'm just gonna sound these off, okay? Yeah, we got so it's Adder Hermit, then we got Kish Squared versus Amis, Mochi versus HTM, Termina versus Aiden. The winners of those, so Adder Hermit fights Sound, winner of Kish Shark Amis fights Jason, Mochi HTM, winner of that fights Jose, and then Termina Aiden, winner of that fights Sheep. Also, I did not know Sheep used to name.
Sounds like the first match we'll be watching is going to be Cloudy versus HTM. Now, HTM is one of the developers on the team here, but has also had a history of placing really well in tournaments, which will be really exciting to see him play, because I don't believe he participated in the previous PR tournament. So it'll be really exciting to see him play, especially, or rather, HTM is new in this tournament, but we also have a couple other new faces that we didn't see previously, whether that is because they failed to show up, unfortunately, or are just new. It's always exciting to see new people.
Yeah, I mean, I believe as we were saying, like, Ames and... Well, actually, no, hold on. I'm trying to think of who's really new here off the top. Do you know? Because I'm less in the know.
I believe the two new faces in this tournament, at least from the last PR tournament, people who were not there but are here in this one are, yes, Ames and HTM.
So I believe we're going to be jumping right into this one. We'll see what happens. We're just gonna give us a bit of time here, but it should be good to go in just a minute. Yeah. I will say, which one are you most excited to see, Golden? I'm pretty excited to see, honestly, Termina and Adder go at it, or even like Adder and Termina and Aiden go at it, or Adder and Hermit. I think it'll be interesting.
Yeah, which match am I most excited to see? That's a good question. We've definitely got some good ones lined up here. Like we were saying, we've got Ames in here, who is a new face in this tournament, and it seems like he's going to be going up against Kish Squared, which, of course, for those of you who don't know, is the creator and lead of the Mega Man Arena project. So that'll be really fun to see a new face go against someone like Kish Squared. But we also have, again, like you were saying, a lot of matchups that we haven't seen before. So those are pretty exciting to see as well. And then obviously, kind of looking into the future a bit more, we've got some of the matches that, obviously are not decided yet, but as things progress, I'm pretty excited to see who, like Sound and Jose and Jason and Sheep, who these guys might be playing, especially Sound, who was the winner of the previous PR tournament.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm curious if we'll see an upset, if we'll see just everything go to seed. Like, there's a lot of potential matchups in a tournament. That's why I love these things so much. Is like, for all we know, despite like Jose being seeded second and Sound being seeded first, for all we know, we could see like Kish Squared face off against Termina in winners finals. I don't know. I don't know if that's gonna be commentator's curse or not, but we'll see. I believe we're gonna get started on the first match here.
Sounds like the players are working on getting ready.
We're just dealing with some players getting ready, some technical issues. Don't worry about it.
So yeah, while we wait for the players to get warmed up and ready, let's take a look at who exactly we're going to be watching here. We've got Mochi, aka Cloudy, who participated in the last couple of tournaments, including our most recent PR tournament, in which she placed 7th, which is pretty good out of 18. Very impressive run. Very excited to see how she does in this next one, or in this tournament, rather. And then let's take a gander at H here. Flip over to him, her competitor here. Looks like the most recent tournament that he took place in was the Alpha Testers tournament. Like we said, he was not a part of the most recent PR tournament, but we are going to see him here in this one. And it looks like he placed a pretty solid 3rd in the most recent tournament he took place in. So, any other thoughts about that?
Well, I mean, if you're asking me, you know I'm quite biased towards HTM. I mean, also a player I used to fight a lot back in the day. So I'm really interested to see what he's going to do here. I think he's locking in Mega Man, which is interesting. He's a very well-known Shadow Man player. I'm curious to see what he's going to pull off here.
Yeah, I gotta be honest, I don't know that I've ever actually seen HTM play in bracket, so I'm pretty excited to see this.
I was gonna say, I fought the man personally, and it is a gauntlet. it is rough.
Yeah, no, I mean, I've not seen him play in bracket, but I have seen him play, and he's certainly a beast. Knows his way around the game, that's for sure. Been around a long time.
I'm actually quite excited because I've never seen Mochi play ever. Because I've been retired for a while, but it's gonna be interesting because there's a lot of new faces going up against players I used to play against. This is a perfect example of that. Once again, I clashed a lot with HTM in my earlier days in competing, so I'm really interested to see what happens here. It looks like we're gonna be waiting for a moment here to see if H joins. Yeah, I don't know. I'm curious to see what happens here. Oh, sweet. All right. I guess we're gonna be good to go then.
Yep, we'll get this match going here in just a second. We'll let the players know that they are good and ready to go.
Here, I'll stay there.
All right. While we've got this match just about to start, let's take a look at the chat. We've got a poll going. Who do you think is going to win this match? Is it going to be the Seed 10 HTM or Seed 7 Mochi, aka Cloudy?
Oh, you have an actual poll. Hold on a minute. I'm trying to find it.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Oh, yeah, I see it. That's awesome. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I'm totally not going to be biased, but I fought HTM. That man is goated at this game. Therefore, I'm going to lean towards him. But honestly, for all I know, Mochi could be absolutely amazing in this game. I just don't know, because I'm respectfully biased towards H, because I fought him.
Well,
so that's my 2 cents.
If HTM has definitely been around a bit longer, is more of the veteran here. So I'd say Cloudy might be considered a bit of an underdog in this situation. So I think I'm gonna have to go with Cloudy on this one.
That's interesting. That's interesting. You say Cloudy's the underdog though, because of the higher seeding as well. That's really interesting. Anyways, we're gonna be jumping into the first game here. Let's get into it, folks.
Absolutely. We got we got Mochi going with Roll, which she did previously in the last tournament, and like Meat Bomb was just saying, we got H on Shadow Man.
Yeah.
We definitely see Mochi trying to close the gap here, but really struggling against H's movement here. Definitely knows his way around the stage here with Shadow Man's movement options.
That was an amazing kill, by the way. He's at half health so far, and he's gonna try and stay away because you want to stay away from her. You don't want to go anywhere near her, especially as Shadow Man. You want to use your projectiles, get away, try to. Oh, that was a nice kill. I can't lie.
Yeah, absolutely. And one of Shadow Man's greatest tools is his Assassinate when he uses that S2 up close. But that's really going to be a tough option for him to use against someone like Roll when he really has to watch getting in on Roll like that. It's very dangerous.
Yeah, that was a very good cleanup there by HTM. He's definitely trying to take the lead here, but once again, Roll can do some very, very powerful stuff if she gets in. Right now, HTM, if you're HTM, you want to close, you want to get as far away as possible. If you're Mochi, though, you want to stay as close as possible to him and absolutely suffocate him with your offense, like that there. Though HTM has a solid lead here, I cannot lie, health-wise. And that'll take the stock.
Yeah, H is really holding on to that lead. Mochi really managed to clean it up a lot, but not without taking significant damage and kind of solidified that that lead on H's part.
That was a great vacuum there from Mochi, gonna prevent the Shadow Blade there. Ooh, that was a great hit as well. Looks fairly even right now. I will say Mochi definitely bringing it back due to the vacuum, absorbing all the projectiles. I will say if you're H, you want to get your shots in while you can and chip down Mochi as much as possible before your stock gets taken. Maybe you can also just take the game here, though.
Very
looking
close.
Like it, and he will!
He does.
HTM takes game 1, 2 stocks to nothing with 1 health left. Nicely done.
What an incredible last stock there.
So that's going to be game 1. I'm curious what stage we'll go to next. Looks like we banned Mars, and I believe that's Blizzard Stadium. We'll see what happens here. Love me some good old Wily Hollow. Never mind, we're going Wave Man.
Wave Man, in fact, being a
flat, is it not?
What was that?
It's just a flat, yeah, this stage?
I believe so, yeah. Yeah.
Okay.
But Wave Man being one of our most recent stages as a 4.2 character.
Nice. Yeah, Wave Man, Mr. 7 as they call him. I'm curious if we'll see him today, actually. Wave Man.
We might see some Wave Man. We might see Wave Man.
Oh!
We've got H holding on to Shadow Man, but we'll see what Mochi decides to do. And
Blizzard!
Blizzard Man. I do not believe I've seen Mochi play Blizzard Man before. I don't know that I've seen him in bracket in a long time. It's really gonna be.
I think Hermit plays a lot of Blizzard, but he's the only person I've seen play Blizzard.
Seems like she's trying to use the Blizzard Bowl to manage those Shadow Blades because they're coming in, all directions. Given that Shadow Man's got such great movement options and can obviously shoot them in any direction, so using that Blizzard Bowl is a great way to reflect them away. But it doesn't really seem like it was a strategy that was working out for her.
Yeah, very true. I was gonna say though, my worry is that since Shadow Man has such great verticality in this game due to his high jump, is Blizzard Root like a good choice? Because the Blizzard Bowl is insanely just horizontal, right? So I'm interested to see if it will work because you can use the snowflakes to counterbalance that, but it's definitely been a hard matchup for Mochi here.
It's gonna be a tough one.
Also taking that first talk about a half health lead once again.
Yeah, really taking that lead there. This is gonna be a tough matchup for Mochi, but also
that was an amazing kill.
Absolutely, with some precision, she can definitely grab onto an advantage here.
Oh, 100%.
It's gonna be tough.
Wait, yeah.
That is a valid point we've got from producer Kishark here.
From Hermit, said by Kishark.
From Hermit, apologies. Sounds like Hermit really helped out Mochi with Blizzard Man and how to play him, but also pointed out that H is the developer who created Blizzard Man, knows him inside and out, and might give him a bit of an advantage here. Definitely. We've got H grabbing another stock, really just holding on to that lead, Mochi's really failing to to
capitalize
recover
on
that.
that almost. I will say, a fairly back and forth game here, though. HTM looks like he wants to very much get away with this lead here, because he might go up 3 stocks to 1 at this point, just continually chipping away with that Shadow Blade. That's going to be an amazing combo there for Mochi.
Very solid.
Very solidly done, and that will definitely take the stock. And once again, like we were commenting earlier, that Blizzard Bolt able to deflect the projectiles, you love to see it, but HTM will
Solid
easily clean up that one.
It's going to take some serious momentum for Mochi to pull this one back. I'd love to see
Nothing
it,
is impossible. Nothing is impossible. I've made my fair share of comebacks. It is electric when it happens, but people can fumble. Because we're just people at the end of the day. But at the same time, I know HCM. He is very consistent in this play. He will not let an opportunity like this slip him by. So we'll see if Mochi's able to do it here.
Yeah, it's going to be a tough one, but we've seen Mochi land some solid combos. With 1 or 2 of those, she could really take this stock, but it's really I mean, look at H's movement, the way he's really just dodging pretty much everything Mochi throws at him, going over the Blizzard Bowl, using his slide invulnerability to get through the snowflakes. He's just kind of all over her, but really struggling to land some hits here, and Mochi might be able to take this stock.
I believe actually H is going to take this one.
Doesn't.
Went in the same fashion he did last game. 2 stocks, 1 health, and HCM will take the best of 3 cleanly here. 2-0. All right. That's the game. That's the first set of this whole tournament. I believe going back to the bracket here. Who do we have next? You know. Okay. So it looks like Adder was DQ'd. So we're gonna be seeing Sound, the winner of the previous tournament, go up against Hermit the Shark. I'm actually really interested to see how this match goes, as I've fought against both these players at varying career. But I used to fight Sound a lot back in the day, and Hermit is actually a pretty close friend of mine. So I'm really interested because if I recall correctly, Sound plays a myriad of characters. I'm really curious to see who he'll bring out. Due to Hermit playing mainly Freezeman, a bit of Blizzard. I believe he plays Wave as well. Yeah, I'm really interested to see who Sound brings out here. Because he plays a lot of characters, I can't lie.
I have seen a lot of Waveman out of Hermit as of late, so I would expect to see that, but it would be cool to see someone else. Sound went solo Gyro Man last tournament, which was, I think, the first time he's pulled out Gyro in bracket. I might, let me just say, he did pretty incredible with that character, taking not a single loss throughout that whole tournament, definitely proving his skill with Gyro Man. So we'll see I'm curious to see if he decides to stick with that, or if he's kind of, shown off his Gyro Man and is ready to move on to something else. So I'm curious to see what he decides to do here, and obviously I think, who Hermit decides to play might change that decision on this.
Also the seed 1, by the way, for Sound. So a lot of I would say not burden but heaviness on Hermit here, seed 9. It'll be an interesting one. Looking over the stats here though, Sound winner of the last tournament. Before that, for the launch tournament, getting 4th. The Summit Mega Man Arena Summit 4 getting 2nd, and then the PR tournament back in March he got 1st as well. So a pretty star-started run for Sound. I'm really interested to see though if Hermit can pull something off.
Yeah, no, Hermit is definitely a tough contender, but against someone like Sound, it's gonna be a tough one to take him down. But I definitely believe Hermit has what it takes. So I wouldn't count him out. Once again,
as I was saying earlier, anything can really happen in this game. We've seen upsets, we've seen absolute demolitions. It's such a wonderful game at the end of the day. Looks like we're not seeing Stone. Going through stage striking here. No Wily Castle 3, I believe. And no Brightman, so it's between Wily Hollow, yay, and Mars. Yeah. Wily Hollow is a personal favorite of mine. I'm insanely biased towards it. And I will not deny that. I love that.
I do like
it. It looks like we're going Wily Hollow, baby! Alright. I'm curious to see who we'll see here, though.
Yeah. As much as Sound is obviously fantastic and has, won the last tournament, I mean, we gotta give credit where credit is due, because Hermit is also an incredible player. So this is gonna be, I believe this will be a really close matchup.
Oh yeah, I was also gonna say I was right actually on the freeze call, funnily enough. I'm really interested to see how he'll do this. Also, Sound going with Starman here.
Yeah.
I will say Hermit immediately, great aggression from him off the hop. But yeah, I was gonna say, Hermit, the only real Freezeman player I know of after I stopped playing him for a bit. I'm interested to see how Star gets played. I haven't really seen him at all since he got added, and it looks, I believe, didn't Sound make this character?
I believe he definitely contributed a lot to the creation of Starman.
Yes,
we're seeing
I
a lot of
that. I remember something along those lines.
Yeah, we're seeing a lot of impressive movement and control from Hermit here, who's really getting in and out really efficiently. But Sound is just really handling that incredibly well, keeping him at bay and just really he knows how to handle him. He knows what to do, and is definitely taking a lead here.
A key component of, I think, Sound's strategy here is going to be Star Crash. Also has an amazing stock take by Hermit. Is that Star Crash. Due to Freezeman being so projectile heavy, outside of that ice wall that you saw there, or ice barrier or something of the sort. But once again, Star Crash is going to matter a lot. You stop Icicle with that, you stop Freeze Crasher with that, you stop his main projectile. Like, it's a lot. Obviously, we'll see what happens, but I think if Hermit can utilize, that melee move there, to his advantage and break through the shield to Sound, I think that could be something there. Also, Hermit, amazing stock take once again.
Hermit grabbing some momentum here. If he can hold on to this momentum. Although, notice his EP is incredibly low, Hermit's is. It's going to be really tough for him to hold on to that momentum, and we're really seeing Sound pull through on this stock.
He might
Sound
be able
throwing
to
out
take
that barrier.
Yep, and then to take the game. That is Sound taking
stock.
game 1.
Yeah, let's just say, what an incredible match. That was really a comeback we saw from Hermit there, managing to pull it back to even, but unfortunately his lack of EP really didn't give him many options there. And Meat Bomb, like you were saying, that Star Crash is a really valuable tool for Sound, but we started to see Hermit really find some ways around that. We were seeing him use his, what is that new Freezeman move where he...
I always forget the name for it. I know exactly what you're talking about, the melee move I was describing. I forget what it's called, though, off the top.
Yeah, whatever that's called.
I know exactly what you're talking about, though. I just don't remember the name either.
Freezeman Thwomp. He was using that really effectively to mitigate that shield. But we see Hermit switching to Blizzard Man, our second Blizzard Man appearance in this tournament.
And once again, Sound going back to Starman. I'm actually really curious if, once again, like I was saying earlier, those physical moves from Hermit, we might see hold on, they might be having a connection issue. They might, they're definitely gonna like quit out or something because they're playing really slow. Hold on a minute, folks.
Might have to.
So I was gonna say, Sound might have to now worry about the melee moves from Hermit. Okay, never mind. I guess we're running it. We're running it.
We're going.
That was an odd start. I will say, if you're Hermit though, I'm not sure how to feel about Pharaoh Boss. I can't lie. It's a very, as you've seen here, Hermit tripping up a lot on the platforms here. I feel like a flat would have worked, or maybe Blizzard Arena, but Pharaoh Boss is an interesting choice. Oh, and a communication error.
Oh, no. Sounds like we are gonna have to
I had a feeling that would happen, I can't lie. Obviously, they're gonna reset, run it back, same stage, same characters and everything. We'll be fine. Don't worry, folks. Oh, wait, yeah, you're right.
We're being informed that it's possible it was just the observer connection, and it's possible the match is still going, so we'll keep you updated on what's going on. We'll figure it out. But again, this matchup is really interesting because, trying to think through why Hermit might have switched to Blizzard Man, he probably feels like he has more options to get through Starman's tools. Such as the Star Crasher and, him being able to send out those comets is really good stage coverage. And so Hermit's probably, his thought process here is, obviously Blizzard is a very strong character of Hermit's in the first place, but that Blizzard Bowl is a really good tool for reflecting those projectiles and getting through the field. So if we're able to see him use that effectively, then I think it will be a really strong matchup for Hermit, but obviously, we've seen Sound be incredibly precise and really efficient with his usage of Starman's tools.
Who joined VC? Oh, what the? Okay. We were just joined by legendary Mega Man Arena of Kish Squared, and he is now gone. In other news, if I may, Termina takes it over Aiden 2-0. She will go on to face Sheep in the next round. I believe Kish Squared also winging at his own game, literally. He takes it over Amos 2-0 using Mega Man in Mega Man Arena. Crazy, I know. So we're gonna see Jason versus Kish Squared, which if you guys watched the crew battle, funnily enough, where I took part in, it was me and Kish Squared's team going facing off. These two actually have fought before, and I think it's gonna be a great match. In other news, I believe the set has gone through. Sound does take it 2-0 over Hermit. Sorry I couldn't show you guys the full match. It looks like, or observer mode had some kind of crash. Yes, thank you. This is the current lay of the land for the bracket. Just needs to be updated, but other than that, it's good. I think it's getting updated. No, not yet. Hold on. Wait a minute.
We'll take a look at it soon, but I wanted to point out something you were saying, Meat Bum. You mentioned that legendary match between Kish Squared and Jason in the crew battle. That gets brought up a lot, where I believe, correct me if I'm wrong, but Kish Squared had 2 stocks versus Jason's 1. Jason pulled through on that match, became kind of a legendary match that gets brought up a lot. However, in the most recent PR tournament, Kish Squared did beat Jason and kind of turned the tables on that classic matchup. So we're getting to see that again today is really exciting. I'm kind of really hoping we get to watch that match.
I will say I was there when it happened, the initial one. I believe it was 4-3, and Squared had a full. I believe it was Metal Man, Bright Man. So I'm interested to see, because he looks like he's just running actual Mega Man, which I think could be a bit better for him due to Bright Man's stockiness. You know, very health-heavy character. 33 HP is nothing to scoff at. It's not hard, man, but like it'll get the job done. Anyways, it looks like we're going to Sheep versus Termina here. Termina with the Gravity Man, Sheep with Sheep. Shocker, I know. Sheep Man. I fought a lot against both these players. I have a lot of respect for both of them, in all honesty. This is the first time I think we've seen Termina play in a while, from what I recall.
Yeah.
But Sheep, I fought a lot against him. He is an absolute juggernaut of a player. I cannot lie. He is insanely good. From Sheep, as you're seeing here, to Met Man, to Mega Man, to Cool Man, to so many characters. Oh my goodness. Those are the big ones, though, from what I recall. But yeah, it's awesome to see that he's still just swinging at full force.
Yeah, and I mean, look at him go. Obviously, taking the lead here. Termina's not really letting him, not letting him have it, but he's kind of running circles around here, around her here, despite, of course, being flipped in gravity over and over. But I will say, I have not seen Termina's gravity in a long time, but it really looks like she knows what she's doing with the character.
Here.
I mean, we've got a lot of back and forth here. Gravity,
very even match actually so far.
Gravity obviously being a player that's able to kind of control the flow of the match a lot by flipping Gravity like that, but Sheep is handling it really well. And I mean, look at him now. He's got a pretty major lead, but with no EP, might be a struggle for him to hold on to it. We'll see how Termina handles it.
I was gonna say, I've always found Gravity Man quite, though it is intentionally made that way, quite disorientating to fight. It's interesting to see how Sheep is handling it quite calmly. Because I've always found, like, as soon as I get flipped, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna wait till I get back to the ground and then punch you in the face, or what have you. But I will say, she very much, as I've known, as I've fought him many a time, very much staying cool, calm, and collected, and very much keeping his composure. Termina, though, definitely aims to disrupt that via Gravity Man. I'm also curious if we'll see her legendary Quake Woman, or some other character. But I will say, it's really funny to see Thunderbolts upside down, I can't lie.
It is entertaining, that's for sure. We've got Sheep with the lead right now, but Termina is bringing it back. Here's hoping we see a bit of a comeback here from Termina. Really throwing those gravity shots around, bouncing them up and down.
I think Sheep will take it though. Once again,
manages to take the match again. HP. 1 HP. We've seen the recurring pattern. I was really hoping to see Termina take another stock there, but didn't quite do it. And we see the Sheep Man victory.
I mean, once again, actually, Termina seed 6 here, and Sheep seed 3. Very respectable slots here. This is also the first tournament that Termina has been in a while, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, it is. She's been absent for a little while, but it's exciting to see her back. especially in a
absolutely.
matchup like this against someone like Sheep. And of course,
Yeah!
I was just gonna bring it up, but it looks like Termina, I think basically the single only Quake Woman player is pulling out the legendary character. Really excited to see how this goes. We see some pretty monster combos from Termina a lot, which we're already seeing there. Kind of used up a lot of her EP, but is really holding it even. But it looks like Sheep managing to take the first stock.
I was gonna say also Termina quite I don't know if I want to say oppressive here, but very aggressive with Quake Woman. Because you have to be. She's quite a melee character. You really want to stay on your opponent, similar to as I've played before. Hardman, you really want to very much stay on and do as much damage as possible. I will say actually, Termina trying to keep it even here. Sheep, leveraging the fact that Quake has to get in close and trying to stay as far away, using those Thunderbolts to disrupt her and anything. I think it's a wonderful play by both players.
Yeah,
it looks like Termina's having an issue in getting in due to Sheep constantly just waiting her out and using Thunderbolt like that. This might be a quick match.
Some incredible stage control from Sheep here. While Termina, I mean, obviously is managing to convert incredibly off of getting in on Sheep. Sheep is really handling it well. Obviously, being tripped there is the last thing he wants, but he's really doing a good job of avoiding that and just using his tools to dish out
and that will
damage
be the game.
faster than Termina was able to. Looks like Sheep
Takes it.
takes this match.
Replay
Let's take a look at this again. Yeah, just incredible gameplay from Sheep as Termina was trying to, you know, close the gap there. Sheep was really just almost kiting her, really using a lot of those tools to just kind of reduce the return on investment from Termina there. Pretty incredible management from Sheep, managing to take that game, take the set.
And it looks like, as well, if I may comment on it, Jose taking it over HTM. So Sheep will now face Jose, which I'm very excited to see. I don't think I've ever seen those two fight, and I fought them both a lot, so I can imagine it. But to see it is going to be amazing. But a great game for both players. I'm excited to see how Termina storms through the bracket otherwise. Because I know this loss will not affect her too much.
Yes, yeah. I anticipate that this will not be the last we see of Termina.
Oh, no.
So,
no, definitely not.
Pretty excited to see how the losers bracket plays out. Can we take a look at the bracket and kind of see where we're standing there?
Yeah, I'd love to see it as well. I want to comment on a lot of this because it's very interesting.
Yeah. Looks like we'll get the bracket up soon and we can kind of look at what the losers bracket is looking like, and kind of what matches we've got coming up.
There we go.
The winners bracket.
Okay, so as I was saying, so we have Hermit the Shark versus Aiden Superstar. Both wonderful players in my opinion. Going head to head. They are actually rivals, funnily enough. They train a lot together. They always clash. It's wonderful to see that they're fighting. I would love to see their matchup in a later bracket, perhaps losers quarters or something like that. But losers round 1 going against the guy you are a rival with, it's a wonderful thing. I can't lie. And it looks like also, the first, actually, sorry, I don't mind. It looks like it's not fully updated yet, but it's looking fairly solid so far. So Sheep gonna advance to face Jose as Jose takes it over HTM. Looks like actually we have a result for that Hermit Aiden match. Looks like Hermit takes it 2-0. He will face the winner of Kish Squared and Mochi actually. So I'm interested to see what will happen there in losers top 8. What match are we going to next? Let's see.
Yeah, we'll figure out which one we're gonna watch next. We'll keep you guys updated on that. We've got a lot of losers bracket matches that we'll be watching losers bracket later on. For now, we'll stick with the winners until we kind of have to wait for losers to resolve. But right now we've got a lot of losers matches that haven't started yet, so that'll get moving here soon. And definitely excited to see what happens with Kish Squared and Jason. Winner of that will be going up against Sound. And obviously we saw that Sheep just won the match against Termina. And I believe, Meat Bum, correct me if I'm wrong, you said Jose won against H?
Yes, that's correct.
Okay. So we've got
Oh
some,
yes.
some matches coming up. We'll have Sheep versus, and right now we've got who's coming up?
Sound and Jason. So I wanted to comment on this real quick. We were talking about the back and forth between Jason and Kish Squared. Jason takes it cleanly 2-0, so the rivalry continues.
Wow.
Yeah.
We definitely got a
I
back
will
and
say
forth
it's
there
very
now
nice.
going on.
All right, so yeah, winner semis currently is Sound versus Jason, and then Jose versus Sheep. This is actually moving quite fast.
It is, yeah.
I guess we'll see what happens here. Yeah, winner semis actually going, I believe, fully to seed. Funnily enough. Yeah. Anyways, I believe we're gonna jump into it here. Yeah. Sound, as we saw previously, using Starman. Jason using Brightman. I believe is he a solo Brightman? I've never seen him play anyone else.
I think I've only ever seen him play Brightman, and I mean, kudos to him because boy is his Brightman good. So
I've seen it. It's actually quite impressive. I cannot lie.
Curious
I
to
was
see
going to say Seed 4 for Jason.
Seed 4. Yes, Seed 4 versus Seed 1. So this I mean, it will be a close one, but obviously we've seen Sound is a pretty tough competitor, so it's not going to be an easy match, but we've got Sound sticking with Starman like we saw earlier.
I feel like he might be trying to go for another solo run this time with Starman. I will say he also kind of blends into the stage, but we'll see what happens. I will say, yeah, Brightman, a fairly tanky character, which you wouldn't expect, but he has 33 health. You got to really watch out for that. Really got to chip him down as the match continues, in my opinion. I honestly, when I first saw that he was like super bulky, I was like, what? Him? But also, wow, Jason taking out Sound there very cleanly. You'll love to see it in all honesty.
But obviously, Sound not letting that momentum
backwards.
carry on for long. I will say, we were talking about Star Crash earlier being a really good tool. I'm curious to see what Jason is able to do, what his tools are around that as Brightman with because obviously Brightman's Stomp is a really powerful tool, and I think a big deciding factor in this match is whether or not that Stomp can go through the Star Crash, and I mean, hold on for a second. Look at this lead that Jason has. This is pretty incredible.
I was gonna say he's actively dealing with the Star Crash very well, using his Buster, and just chipping him down and chipping him down and chipping him down. He's been doing a great job of keeping up the offense. Also, note, this is actually a best of 5, not a best of 3. We are now in the big boy league, because best of 5s are a lot more, I would argue, a lot more competitive, a lot more heated. In all honesty, that's from my experience. Because you really got to think in the long term as well. Like, yeah, you can hit game 1, but what's gonna happen in game 5? Who knows?
Okay,
yeah,
hang on. Take a look.
Definitely just on running away with this one right now.
Take a look at this. This is pretty incredible.
No! I lied! He's not gonna get back up. Jason takes game 1.
Incredible round from Jason. Let me point out a really cool technique, or rather strategy, that Jason was using. By throwing out that bright bulb, it sends out 3 flashes. And if the opponent is facing towards the bright bulb during those flashes, you get frozen. And so obviously you're going to want to face away from it during that. So we see that kind of here at the end, Sound trying to face away from that. But the really cool thing about that is Sound is not able to throw his Star Crash while he's facing away, because obviously he wouldn't want to throw it in the opposite direction. But if he chooses to face towards Jason, then he gets frozen, and when he's frozen, the timer on Star Crash is ticking down and kind of completely nullifies the fact that he used Star Crash in the first place. I thought that was a really cool strategy that Jason was using, and it really came into play several times there.
I was going to say, that is really sick. I was also going to comment, once again, like I mentioned earlier, Sound using those myriad of characters. He plays a lot of characters. And here we're going to see Magma Man. One of his, I would argue, go-tos. I saw a lot of him playing Magma Man back when I used to run a lot, and it looks like it's working out quite well here. Sound able to take very much the advantage so far. I'm curious to see if Jason can bring it back, because this looks a little less advantageous for him, because as we were talking about, like, the Stomp, very pivotal. In this case, Magma Man can go punch for punch with Brightman, as he also has a bunch of HP, and he has good up-close options via his Magma Block.
Really good stock cleanup. And, I mean, we're seeing it pretty even right now.
I'm noticing Jason playing a little bit more, like, Sentry-like, you know? He's staying away, he's not getting too close. He's definitely not being as aggressive as he was last game, and I'm wondering if it's because of Magma Man. Also, my goodness, what a stomp there!
Phew.
putting his head into the canvas. That was great. I will say Sound does clean it up though.
Yeah, we're gonna need a good stock cleanup from Jason here to hold on to to keep it even, which he does.
And there's stock
He's really struggling to land some of those stomps in this matchup, and even when he's managing to freeze him, is kind of a little afraid to get in because being close to Magma Man can be dangerous. You know, we see him using his regular shot there after freezing him.
If I may comment on something that happened previously, actually, also good cleanup by Jason there. I was gonna say I noticed Sound using the Magma like flare up to go through. Yeah, just right there, that. He used it to deflect the stomp and just not have to deal with it. It was actually a really well done play from Sound, I cannot lie. But I'm curious to see if Jason can go 2-up here, because he's doing a very good job of chipping away at his health.
Incredibly close match.
Very close game. The stomp, it's gonna matter.
Ops to just shoot.
Jason, can he take it? Or we'll go to Sound.
Really? Whoa!
Stop!
No way!
They kill each other at the exact same time.
They were both at
That's awesome!
each other at the same time. We have not seen a tie in a long time in any of these brackets in the past several tournaments.
I had my fair share. They add so much nerves. We're gonna run it back clean as that. I will say, if you're Jason, I feel like you're a bit worried here. You had the lead, but then you let it slip through your fingers due to that magma. Well, magma being magma, in all honesty. But if you're Sound, you're feeling probably a little bit more confident now. He took game 1 off you, sure, whatever. You were able to bring him to a tie after you were down health-wise and bring it back wholesale. I will say also, both competitors now kind of know each other's game plan. As you saw there, Jason using the using his Buster instead of going in for a stomp for those deflections, though it does matter there for Sound. Also, Sound burning through his AP quite a lot. I'm curious to see if Jason can capitalize off that. Because now he's only got really a mess to work with.
Didn't quite get as much damage output there from his AP as he was hoping. But if Jason can get this, he does manage to get the stock. And ooh, what a stock!
Sorry, that was really clean. I cannot lie. That was
from Jason.
That was really good.
We got
both players very even matchup right now. Well, that was a great play by Jason. He waited for the magma like flare up to stop, and then he hit him with the stomp. That was great. But I will say, Sound definitely taking the lead here.
Jason really falling behind here, but Sound with 0 EP, landing that solid combo. Really needs to grab this stock here if he wants to have a shot.
Okay, that will be the stock cleanup. I'm curious to see if we'll get another tie. Could you imagine if we got another tie?
That would be incredible. Jason's only at about
so
his HP.
Oh, wait, he's stomping his life out! He's stomping his life out! Oh my god! Jason! Calm down, Jason!
Now he can! What an ending. Look at this.
3 stomps back to back? He was losing that entire game and he won because of that. That's crazy.
3 stomps is incredible. A crazy move from Jason.
Anyways, Jason will go up 2-0. Against Sound. What a game. I can't lie. Props to Jason there. He was down that entire game, brings it back with 3 stomps back to back to back. After going, in my opinion, down in a tie, even though it was a tie. That was great work to keep his composure, though. I will say, if you're Sound, you're definitely on the back foot now. There's a lot more, I guess, worry in the following matchup. Though, if you do fall down, you face the winner of Tournament at HTM, actually. So, yeah, we're going to see what happens here. I'm curious to see who he's going to swap to, or if he's going to swap at all. Because you got fairly close to Magma Man. But knowing Sound, he will swap. We'll see, though. I'm curious to see who he'll go to.
Definitely seems to be taking some time to think here.
Yeah, he's definitely swapping then. At least what I've noticed, if players take a while to ready up, it's usually that they're swapping characters and they're trying to think of who to go to. In my opinion, I think he might go like Diamond, Splash Woman, maybe someone I haven't seen before, maybe Gyro. Maybe Gyro. We talked a lot about Gyro. Starman. Okay, back to what he started with. Okay. Interesting choice here.
We know Brian has some tools around Starman stuff, but again, if Starman knows what he's doing, or is more rather able to pull off what he needs to do, then he certainly can get the upper hand.
I'm wondering if
a lot of back and forth
here due to stage choice, actually, in all honesty. I'm really curious if that's why, because Mars might be a bit more open for him. Maybe that's why he wanted to go here. But yeah,
It is
interesting
entirely
choice for Sound
I
going
can
back
see
to
that.
character lock with.
Jason's gonna need to grab. Oh, fails to get.
Whoa,
Oh,
that was good. That
lands
was
the
really good.
stomp for a clean stock cleanup.
He's very crisp with those. I cannot lie. He's very crisp with those. That's the best way to describe it because it is like really, really nice to see. I cannot lie.
Sound is really,
yeah,
really maximizing these star crashes. You'll notice he's getting in multiple hits with each one. Ooh, we get a combo from Jason and a stomp. Jumping straight into that star crash there for some extra.
I will say he's out damaging Sound at like every possible turn due to the stomps being that insane. Aren't they like 6 damage a pop? I swear they are.
I have no idea, but it's a lot. It's a lot, I can tell you.
It is a lot, as we've clearly seen. Also, this is probably what Sound wanted. Did you see how he was so high in the air when the time stopped? It didn't matter. No way Jason was hitting. That's probably why he went back to stars, my guess. Because of how Mars is.
Yeah, probably. Sound really managing to dodge a lot of these stomps, but in the end, it's getting hit by a lot of them, too.
Super quite the
match. Sound manages to grab that stock. It's Jason on his last stock. Landing a stomp there. He can pull... kind of misses his opportunity to close out the stock.
I will say that we've seen Jason clutch up like twice now, so I would not be surprised if he pulls this one out as well. It's definitely down to Sound here to try and prevent that as much as he possibly can, though.
Yeah, there again, Sound getting frozen during his star crash and kind of losing the star crash there.
I will say though, he has no EP, but honestly could leverage the fact that Jason has no health, and he will. He'll take game 3. Alright, that is game 3. Go to Sound there. It is 2-1, but I will say if you're Sound, you gotta be a little worried because you are really on the back foot here. You need to win 3 straight, now 2, to win the set. And if you're Jason, you just need 1. But I will say, definitely losing that 3rd game could matter, could affect the confidence of Jason. We'll see, but it definitely is leaning more towards in his favor. But I'm happy to see that Starman actually able to prevail against Bright. They're definitely using his higher jump to prevent the stomps, which you love to see.
Yeah. And folks, if we see another victory from Sound, then we're gonna see a 6-round match between these two competitors.
Yes. Looks like we're running back to the same matchup, just different stage. We're gonna go to Cossack. I forget the name for it. I swear it's Cossack Arena or something like that.
This is going to be a really interesting one. Notice how Brightman's obviously Stomp is one of his greatest tools, but if Sound is able to camp under these platforms, then he can really mitigate that option for Brightman. But I mean, we see just not letting that happen. He says nope.
I was gonna say he's staying on top of the platforms. I don't know if that's the play. Because once again, like you were just saying, like he wants to stay under. My problem is I think Starman might be too tall, actually. He might be too tall, and that might be him getting hit there because of Brightman's hitbox, right?
He might be, correct.
Because all the Mega Man 5 Robot Masters are quite tall. Stone Man, Wave Man, all those guys, right? Quite tall.
Yeah, they are.
And that actually might actually hurt him in the long run, compared to if he was playing someone like, I don't know, Cutman. That's just the first one I think of that's like a shorter Robot Master, or Ice, or maybe. I don't know. Anyways, very close game here, though. Jason not able to get them up. Sound was 1
HP.
Wait, actually, maybe he's not. Maybe he is short enough. Never mind. That stomp would have hit clean there if he was like Freeze Man or something. Oh my god.
Ooh, Sound dishing out some nasty damage.
I will say very, very even game.
A lot of those shots.
That was an amazing stomp to get in and fly Jason. I cannot lie. He went through the star rain and just said, "Nah, I don't care." Also, wow, great coolhead by Sound though. Actually, I can't lie. He's definitely bringing it back here. I will say, I'm a little worried for Jason here. Is he losing his composure here, crumbling over under the pressure of a possible 3-0. Well, now a 2-1.
Getting 3 hits from that star crash is really handy. Jason's gonna really need to have to pull this. He's gonna need to get the kill like now, which he does.
And he does. He does. He literally does, as you said that.
And he's gonna need to. I mean, he's gonna need to nail this stock. But Sound with a hearty lead here. Is,
very much so. Very much so.
He's kind of on fire. If he holds that momentum,
he's aggressive as usual. And I think Sound will take the game too.
Sound.
Okay, we're gonna go to game 5 here. It's 2-2. Jason taking the first game. Sound bringing it back 2 games straight. We'll see what happens here. I'll be honest, I did not expect this. Props to Sound. I mean, that's why he is.
We've seen some incredible matches between these two, and I mean, you said game 5, but if you think about it, it's really game 6.
Wait, why is it game 6?
Because of the tie.
Oh, you're right! That's why you said round 6 earlier.
Yeah.
I was like, huh? Yeah, no, that's fair. I forgot. Oh, you're right.
Yeah,
Okay,
this
we're
is-
running
you
back
don't
the
get to
exact
do
same
this kind
matchup.
of thing
I will say,
every day.
Jason, I'd be a little worried, but also I don't think he can literally swap. I don't know if he plays anyone else. Wow, that is an aggressive start. Immediate stomp is kind of crazy. I don't know why. Oh.
We're seeing Sound kind of staying on top of Brightman here, which is exactly what he needs to do. But Jason saying, nope, I'm gonna stomp on your head instead.
Like a Goomba.
Yeah, you know, Brightman does
anyways.
look like Mario if you think about it.
Yeah, he is. That was great. Anyways, Sound taking the lead there. Sorry.
I'm taking that first stock. Brightman managing
clean it back up. This is a very tense semifinals game. Actually, I will say Japan definitely has to bring it to him, in my opinion. If he doesn't get up close, I think he loses this. As we definitely saw with that last match. He's got to get him in the face, pop him into the dirt, and move on, in my opinion. Meanwhile, if you're Sound, you want to stay up high, get away from him as much as possible, because those stomps are really bad news.
All right, this is we have a poll going right now between who you think is going to win in this matchup. Is it going to be Jason or Sound? Go vote now because this match is almost over.
Wow, people are really thinking it's Jason with 9 votes. That's kind of crazy. I'm curious though to see because he did fumble game 3 and game 4. And once again, Sound.
We see it really close.
There's a reason he reversed it, and he's taking this one.
Sound
heavily here.
The lead. Half his health still, but if Jason can land a stomp or a combo, then he could really clean up this stock stuff.
It's looking shaky though. He has about half health. We've seen him pull this kind of stuff out before, but I'm not sure. That was an amazing start though, but he's out of AP now. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to leverage it fully.
Sound really maximized his last stock before he lost it.
And that is game.
Manages
that is
to
game.
Pull through. That was
There's a reverse 3-0 from Sound.
I mean, notice how Jason really needed that stock cleanup, and Sound just did not let him have it. He dished out a lot of damage before he lost that second to last stock. Really granted him a solid lead in that last stock. What an incredible set! I mean,
and if I may comment on something that I find interesting, back when I used to play in tournaments, semifinals were a best of 3. So Jason hypothetically would have just taken it clean 2-0. But, and honestly, I don't mind the change. I think it's interesting to make semis best of 5 instead. But if they were best of 3, we wouldn't have even seen that. But yeah, great set. Definitely the turning point, I think, was that tie, actually. I know Jason took that game overall, but I think that turning point was the tie. Anyways, I believe we're going to go to Jose and Sheep here. Jose saying before the match, non-believers get the heck away from the stream right now. All right. Honestly, I'm really excited to see this. Jose and Sheep are two of like the best to ever do it. I remember there's been conversations of like who is like that top 10, and there's a bunch of players that are on it. Jose and Sheep are 2 of them. Sound is as well, actually. I believe I remember I think what it came out to was me, funnily enough, Danny, Sigia, who none of those 3 are in this tournament, by the way. None of them, because I'm but I was gonna say, so it's me, Danny, Sigia, Sound, Jose, and Sheep. Was like they have to be somewhere in that top 10. Doesn't matter the order, doesn't matter what you value more. They have to be somewhere in there. For all we know, I could be 1st or 10th. Doesn't matter, but they have to be somewhere in there. And I find that really interesting because we have 3 of those 6 in this tournament, and we're just gonna see whoever wins this one fight Sound. So it's the 2nd and the 3rd seed going off. I believe Jose the 2nd seed, Sheep the 3rd seed. Yeah. So I'm really interested to see here. The premier Needleman of the game, also using Roko, which I'll be honest, he's really solid with. I can't lie. And I've never seen Sheep play Napalm, but because we've obviously seen him play Sheep. But honestly, if he brings out Napalm, man, I'm curious because I've never really seen Napalm in this game. But yeah, great matchup here. 2 of, I would argue, some of the best players in the world. I thought them both personally. Wow, they're good. I cannot lie. Yeah, and we're gonna go to Wily Hollow. Yes! I'm totally not biased towards Wily Hollow. I love this stage. Anyways, we're gonna go for a classic matchup here: Needleman and Sheepman. Basically, these two people's like bread and butter characters. I'd argue they're classics. You know, you want like the classic Sheep, it's Sheep, duh. You want classic Jose, it's Jose. I will say, there's a saying that I'm going to be mentioning a lot here. It's called getting Jose. It is a term I coined after fighting Jose for so many years. And it's just if you get needle dived a lot, you're getting Jose, because that's how he plays the character. So, I'm curious to see if she will, in fact, get Jose. Because yeah. He does that a lot. But once again, we should very much keep his composure. It doesn't matter if competitor, so... Yeah. Sorry, I have a lot to say on this matchup. I can't.
Really trying to work his way around those clouds, which he's really doing incredibly well with utilizing that high jump. But Sheep is still managing to dish out a lot of damage and keeping it even, regardless. We're seeing a lot of movement from both of these players. Jose utilizing that infinite slide with that roll with Needleman, and Sheep is working his way around it. It is, yes. I mean, we're seeing a lot of... The interesting thing is we've got so much verticality from Jose here with his Needleman high jump. And Sheep is throwing out those what do you call them? The clouds.
Thunderwall.
The Thunderwall. And Jose is, he's working his way around them, but it's still constraining where he's able to go. He's kind of holding him in place while Sheep is throwing out regular shots at him. I think that's what's keeping this even.
Something of note that I also want to mention, these are two of like the most like veteran players in this entire bracket. Before I was even here, and I'm considered one of the more veteran players now, which is crazy to think about. Sheep has been here since like the game basically showed up, and Jose's been here like at least like 5 years, I think. It's kind of crazy. These guys have been here before I even started playing, and I've been playing this game for like 3 to 4 years now. I love it, but they've been here before even I was. They were like veterans before I was even here, which is a crazy statement because I was here before someone like Sound and Sigga were as well. Yeah, it's a really interesting back and forth matchup. I'm noticing Sheep's really trying to keep it calm. And once again, this will be a gauntlet of a best of 5.
Oh, very close here, Jose.
Look at my game, we'll go to Sheep.
Keep managing to pull out that game. Sheep did grab a lead there about halfway through the match, or rather towards the end of the match. That last stock, he got about a half a stock lead on Jose and managed to hold on to it. Jose, I think his downfall there was his complete lack of EP, which for a while he was managing to survive with, but I think eventually caught up to him. And you know, with Sheep having that lead, just he wasn't able to push through that.
Can I just make interesting I've noticed about Sheep's play? He literally has never used, at least in the games I've seen, the 4 Thunderwolves. I forgot the attack name, but he's never used it once. He's very much trying to... I don't know why he's not, but it's interesting to note. He usually just uses 1 or 2, and that's it. He doesn't do the big barrage attack that Sheep man has. And I think that's really interesting. I'm wondering if it's that because of maybe EP usage or something of the sort. Anyways, we're running it back cleanly here on Wily Hollow. Literally a straight run back. I'm betting Jose really wanted that run back, knowing him.
Ooh,
also, that's a great cleanup by Sheep. He is.
Really quickly.
My gosh. What an amazing amazing aggression here from Sheep. Once again, he's very much trying to stay as calm as possible. It's something I'm picking up on. He's not letting Jose like read him at all.
Sheep is doing a great job of maneuvering.
Maneuvering, I got you.
these okay. Needles. It's really really impressive, his movement.
Actually, what I'm also noticing with Jose's play specifically is he's going for... There we go! That's the move I was thinking about! But I'm wondering if he just doesn't want to use it for some reason. Anyways, yeah, Jose trying for some dives here. It's not working out.
Sheep holding onto a full stock lead here. This is pretty incredible. I don't know what exactly turned the tables there, but Jose is, I mean, really wailing on him here now, trying to pull his back. He's not giving up on it yet.
He's down quite a fair bit though.
He's gonna need to dominate this
game if he
wants to continue. But Sheep just not letting it happen, still holding on to a full stock lead. I mean, like you were saying with that barrage move, I mean, Jose is spending a lot of time in the air, and that... Okay. That was
that is literally what it is. That is textbook getting Jose. I had that happen to me so many times that I coined a term for it.
This is exactly what Jose needs. I mean, look at this. He's turned that full stock lead into a half stock lead. But with no EP, it's gonna be really hard with 1 HP.
Did he taunt as he died?
Taunted on his way
Oh my
Here's a
gosh. He
replay.
literally was like, yeah, and gets punched in the face. Yeah,
Sheep
no, the
Jose.
getting Jose'd, something oh boy, there was a lot of that. Anyways, so I'm curious though. We already saw a reverse 3-0. Knowing Jose, he has the tool set to make that happen. But I will say, Sheep is very much not one to crack under pressure. I know, I fought him. He just doesn't do that. So, okay, we're just running it back straight again, unless Jose's gonna swap to Roko, maybe? Okay, no, we're running it back clean. All right, game 3 here. Once again, winner of the fight sound, loser of this drops down to face Hermit, actually, who's clawed his way back into winner or loser's quarters. Anyways, game 3 here. Jose trying to keep his distance, actually, which I think is interesting. Yeah, he's doing a great job of it too. He's actually chipping down Sheep quite well.
Movement from Jose, the way he's just dodging everything Sheep dishes out at him is pretty incredible. But also, I mean, notice how even it is despite that. Sheep,
yeah,
like,
no.
Sheep is still.
I entirely agree with you there. Actually, I think if you're Jose right now, you just want to chip him away. My actual issue, I think, and what Jose's issue might be, is that his NS doesn't do a lot of damage. In all honesty, does 2, and it's not gonna win the firefight between him and Sheep, because Sheep's NS I believe does 3 or something decently high. I think it's 4 or something like that as well if it's charged. But I will say, Jose, bringing it to the forefront here. He's being very aggressive, and I think it's working out for him. But Sheep's barely bringing it back. That's gonna take the stock though. Jose barely clinging to the lead, like 3 health. All right.
Notice the way Sheep is trapping Jose in the corner by dragging Lightning across the ground and creating one of those Thunder Wolves to create a wall, and basically it's caging him in the corner.
You know,
Staying
I'm
on
wondering
top of it like that.
if Jose should short hop dive more, because I'm noticing he's doing like a full hop. I wonder if that might be affecting him, because it gives Sheep enough time to dash, or sorry, slide under it. I will say though, yeah, Sheep bringing it back here. He could take the game, unless Jose wants to. Yep, do that.
Clean start.
Unless he wants to be Jose and just do that.
Even match here
I
now.
wonder also if he's wanting to get in his head.
This could be if Jose does not manage to win this match, then that is the end of the set. Sheep will take the set, but Jose is he doesn't want that to happen. Notice how he's he's keeping it even. Sheep getting a bit of a lead here.
Actually, wait. Jose bring it back. If you can Jose him, that's not enough. I was gonna say, Sheep there, amazing play to just trap Jose in the corner. If you saw that, he just kept keeping him in that corner. And wonderful play from Sheep here. No reverse 3-0. Could you imagine if we had 2 back-to-back? That would have gone crazy. I can't lie. Would have been insane. But yeah, we're gonna see the first seed taking on the third seed. It's gonna be Sound versus Sheep. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, really, as much as obviously we're looking at it now, and Sheep took all 3 matches from Jose. Each of those was very close, and we saw a lot of back and forth between both players. I mean, Sheep was just dishing out a lot at Jose, but Jose was managing to get around it. But despite that, Jose's damage return on that was just not quite enough to give him a lead ever. He was only just kind of chipping away to try to stay at the same level as Sheep, keep it even, but was never able to get a lead. And so I think that's kind of was his downfall, was just his lack of damage output. And so it was maybe a bit of a disadvantage character-wise for Jose there. But he did stick with it for each match. Stuck with his Needle Man.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I think if you had gotten closer up and tried to dive him more, maybe, because if you're trying to win in a firefight with Sheep, like the character, not the person, his NS does more than you as Needle. So with someone like Tark, yay, I have to mention Tark. You're gonna be at least even with him because your NS does more. But with Needle, you don't have that option at all. So I think looking back on that match, if I'm Jose, I would have tried to get in closer more, but also Sheep did an amazing job of staying away. That's really my only thought on it. But yeah, he's losing the damage output race due to not getting as in his face, I guess. The other way he could do it is be more evasive and using his high jump, though he already kind of did that. I don't know. It was a very good match. That's just, I don't know, that's my thoughts, because Sheep does such a good, like, the character does such a good amount of damage. And Needle, if you're staying away, doesn't output as much as you'd want, I guess.
Yeah, and
Anyways,
just thinking about how
yeah.
both players.
Okay, looks like we're gonna be taking a 5-minute break here, folks. And then we're gonna be jumping into Sound versus Sheep, our winners finals matchup. Um, yeah, I'm really interested to see what happens here. Yeah,
Very
I guess we'll be
excited.
back in a bit.
Stay tuned.
Yeah. All right.
Welcome back.
Oh, yeah. Sorry, I don't know if you were gonna go or if I was gonna go. Anyways,
you go. You go.
Okay, welcome back, everybody. We're gonna be jumping into a lot of great matchups here. We're gonna be jumping into losers quarters, losers semis, losers finals, winners finals, and grand finals. I believe we're gonna be starting with. Did we go on Sound Sheep, or are we going to Jose Hermit? Sound Sheep. Okay, Sound Sheep.
Sound versus Sheep, which is a really exciting matchup. We've seen both players do some pretty incredible things. We just came back from watching a really close match between Sheep and Jose. Sheep managing to pull out 3-0 versus Jose. We saw Sound have a really close matchup against Jason earlier. And now both players are going to be going up against each other, so we're really excited to see. Something I want to point out is we've got a lot of conversation going on in chat with you guys right now. And I saw Ignatius pop in and challenge somebody to play Swordman during this tournament, and Sound has taken him on that challenge and is claiming that he will pull out Swordman at some point in this tournament. So
is he throwing for content? Imagine if I walked up and said, "Hey, someone pick Tark." No one knows how to play Tark like I do, but that I've gathered. Not trying to be biased, I'm just saying. It's just a thing I picked up on. But like, if I said, "Oh yeah, guys, play Hardman." Anyways, looks like we got a bracket update here. But I will say that that is gonna be funny because I think Sound actually knows how to play Sword.
We'll see. We'll see if he comes through on that. Okay, so
that'd be really funny.
Up top here in winners final, we got excuse me, we got Sound and Sound and Sheep in the winners final. That's what we're gonna be watching next. But if we take a look to your right, well, actually it's down.
It's down.
In the losers bracket, we've got Jason waiting patiently for Jose and Hermit to finish up their match, and looks like Jason beat Termina in the losers quarterfinal just to kind of catch up what was going on in the previous matches. We also see that Termina beat H 2-0, which is a little surprising to me that it was that decisive of a battle. But
From what we can gather, for all we know, it could be like the Jose Sheep matchup where it was insanely close. But
it could have been. It could have been. Let's not make assumptions. That's a good point.
Yeah.
But we see Termina beat HTM, and then was beaten then by Jason, who is now waiting for Jose and Hermit. We also see Kish Squared got knocked out by Hermit, which sounds like he got a little destroyed. We were just talking to him during the break. Maybe we'll get him in here at some point to talk about his experiences, but yeah, so really excited. We've got Sound versus Sheep coming up soon, and then in no time after that, we'll be watching Jason versus his opponent.
I will say it's also interesting. We have 5 players left now officially, and everyone that's in that winner's semi thing is still in, from what we can gather. Unless maybe Hermit can upset Jose, but other than that, we might just see like a clean people that were in winner's semis fight the other person that they didn't get to fight yet. Anyways, I'm really excited to see who will win this one between Sound and Sheep. I think it'll be a great old time. Also, we're making wonderful time, by the way, folks. This is gonna be a very snappy, I would argue, tournaments. Anyways, okay, we're waiting for Sheep right now, folks. Just give us about, I don't know, 2 to 5 business days. We'll see what happens. But it should be... I love saying that, by the way. I said that to everybody. Never 1 to 5, just 2 to 5 business days. Anyways.
It's not going to take a minute. It's going to take at least 2 minutes.
Yeah.
They are setting up, so we'll get this match going soon. Let's get a poll.
Wait, hold on.
Let's get a poll going.
Are we pivoting? Hold on. Squared said we're doing losers quarters, losers semis, winner finals, loser finals, grand finals.
What is winners finals?
Oh, that'd be his choice. Okay. Hold on. I think we're running winners finals. Just hold on. Okay, yeah, we're running winners finals. Cool. Okay, so yeah, first seed Sound. We've seen him actually do really solidly this tournament. I mean, to be fair, I'm not that surprised because he is first seed. Like, it makes sense. And I will say, Sheep doing an amazing job. He hasn't actually dropped a game. That's more impressive or not, because Sound did drop 2 games to just on. But literally, Sheep has not lost a single game yet. Yeah, because he 2-0 Termina, and then he beat Jose 3-0. So he literally, game-wise, is 5-0 compared to Sound, who is 5-2. Still
Wow.
impressive 5-2, but
Absolutely.
5-0 is insane.
I mean, that's kind of fun too because Sound actually went on a rampage last PR tournament and didn't lose a single round. Imagine if we see the same thing from Sheep. That would be pretty incredible.
Oh yeah.
Sorry, folks. We've got a bit of trouble going on. We'll get it figured out. We'll have the match coming up soon. But let's just talk about these two players. Why don't we take a look at a look at both of them and see what's going on with both of these guys. Obviously, we know they're both really good, but let's take a gander at some of their past
We
tournaments.
get the current run. That's so cool. Sorry.
So
I just thought it was neat.
we keep seeing Napalm Man here shown for Sheep, which he's not actually been playing Napalm Man. It was just a previous tournament he was playing Napalm Man. He's been playing Sheep Man, is what we've seen from him. Did we see another character from Sheep other than Sheep Man? I believe we've only seen we've only seen Sheep out of Sheep, which
I was gonna say like Mega Man or something, but he hasn't played him either, despite him maining him a lot. Actually, it looks like we're gonna. Sorry, folks. It looks like we're gonna be pivoting to Jose versus Hermit. We're gonna go jump down to losers quarters. Because technical issues are gonna be happening here. I'm so excited to see this matchup. By the way, I think it'll be a great old time. We already saw Jose doing Jose things, but I'm really curious because Hermit, like immediately off the hop, he got his EQ win against Adder, loses the Sound, but he's been on a tear. We 8-2-0, then beat the developer of the game 2-1, just by using Freeze Man against Squared's Air and Mega Man, and now he's gonna face Jose, who was seeded to go second this tournament. So a fair bit of expectations there, but honestly, if he can get the upset, it is a wonderful day for Hermit. Anyways, we're jumping into game one here. It is a best of 3 by the way.
We got
Wave Man, yeah, Wave Man.
Wave Man,
by the way.
Yes, absolutely. Hermit is one of the most prominent Wave Man players that we have at the moment. I believe there are a few other people who pull out Wave Man occasionally, but Hermit has been on a tear with Wave Man as of late. We're seeing a really close match between the two of these so far. I want to point out that we've talked about Jose's verticality with Needleman before, but Hermit actually has a lot of tools to handle that with Wave Man. So I'm curious to see how close this matchup ends up being, and so far, it has been very close. But Jose kind of...
That was a great kill, I can't lie.
That was
I don't want to interject too much, but that was a sick kill.
Dropped it down on his head like rain. It was pretty incredible.
So cool. I will say also, I'm noticing Jose has missed a lot of needle dives so far. As someone who fought him and got needle dived a lot, I don't know what's happening.
Yeah. I mean, it is a very
I think losing the Sheep in such harsh fashion may have rattled him rattled him a bit.
We're seeing, look at this back and forth. We're seeing now Jose having a bit of a lead, then Hermit, Hermit had a bit of a lead earlier. Now it's incredibly even.
That was not where you want to dive.
No,
Jose.
not at all.
You dived right into that geyser.
Landed right on there. That's gotta hurt your noggin. Jose is out of EP now, but I guess so is Hermit.
So is Hermit, yeah.
Both of them are just mashing the NS button now, because what else are they supposed to do? But Hermit, ooh.
Yeah. Actually, we'll say in this case, a Needle has a lot more options than Wave, in my opinion. Because you can jump up like right there, like Jose is doing, and go for more of an aerial assault. Great offense here from both players. It is looking more in Jose's favor. I think if Hermit can keep his composure, and I was going to say not waste his EP, it's not looking great for him now, but he could take it. He could. Once again, we've seen insane things. We already saw a reverse 3-0.
We have.
I would not be surprised if somehow he wins this. But now, he needs a lot of...
look at the amount of
I was trying to hype him up, but it didn't work.
Stayed on top of him that whole time. I mean...
Great game.
What happened there was Hermit just really struggled to get the stock cleanup. Jose just held on to that stock for an incredible amount of time. I mean, good on him for holding on to that stock, got him a lead, and then, I mean, the way he handled that last stock, I mean, did you see Jose in that last stock? He was on fire.
No, he was doing great. He was doing great.
Really just got ahead and stayed on top of things. So,
I will say, I'm very curious from Jose's perspective. If he's, I don't know if he would be salty, because I know Jose, he's actually a pretty chill guy. But I'm wondering if he wants his get back against Cheap. You know, I'm wondering if he might be on a warpath right now, Doesn't matter who he's going to fight. Is he going to storm through them all to get back to Sheep, to get that run back after getting 3-0'd? I will say also, if you're Hermit here,
would.
Also Roku-chan for the first time, by the way. I was like, for Hermit here, if you upset the 2nd seed, props to you, honestly, for being seeded 9th, and you're already, like, in the last, like group of people. Anyways, we're going to see a full character swap. Right. Roku-chan and Blizzard.
Completely new matchup here. New stage, new matchup, totally new.
We've got a lot of this, but as a game. My goodness, yo, Hermit, oh my goodness. He's bringing the pain.
Ooh, these combos from Hermit, he's really dishing out a lot of damage.
I will say use that. The bomb, I always forget the name of it, but...
Rocco is a character with so many options. She has so many attacks, so many moves, and I think Jose's...
That was a great kill by Hermit, oh my gosh. I didn't want to interrupt you, but that was so good.
Snowflakes. Yeah. I think one of Jose's strengths as a player is being able to utilize all those options from Rocco. Because, I mean, I know when I pick up Rocco, I'm like, I don't even know what moves she has. Because it feels like every button combination is a new attack, and I don't even know what to do. But Jose...
So I play Roku-chan, I still don't know how to play her.
Exactly.
I still don't know what I'm doing.
But Jose...
I'm very good at the characters I like to play, and that's about it. I cannot lie.
Yeah.
Give me Tark, I'm happy. Give me Rocco, huh? I don't know what to do.
We see here Jose just dishing out all kinds of different things, really knowing just what to do in different scenarios with all of Rocco-chan's options. But I mean, look at this combo game from Hermit.
Yeah,
I mean, he's really just like he's sending out these charge shots with the multiple homing what do you call them? Snowflake, and he's really just maximizing every single time he does that. You know, he's not letting any of that go to waste, and that's really doing him a lot if but I mean, geez, look at how even this is.
And get a big combo on Jose here. If you can take this game and push it to game 3. I'm curious to see if we'll get that though, because right now Jose lighting him up like a dang birthday cake.
Turn it on 2 HP.
Not looking great, and that'll be game.
Hermit opting to retreat there, kind of ended up being not working out for him. Kind of just got shot in the back there, but really incredible gameplay from both players.
Oh yeah.
Back and forth, it was even the entire match. Some of those, I mean, geez, we were just talking about it, but Hermit's combo game with this character is incredible.
Oh, it's great.
That was really fun. I like seeing an entirely new matchup between the two of them in that second match. But ultimately, Jose taking that set 2-0. I mean, just really, once again, showing how incredible of a player Jose is. Really exciting to see his Rocco-chan for the first time. I'm sure he's pulled her out in other matches, but this is the first time we've seen him play her on stream.
Yeah, not that I can gather, but also I'm not sure. I was going to say, though, props to Hermit, wholesale. He is the lowest seeded person to make it this far. The other person is Termina, and she was seeded, I believe, 6th. So she actually made her seed. But he upset Squared. Squared was seeded, I believe, 5th. And I don't know what Aiden was. Was he 8th? 11th. Okay, never mind. But still, when you're fighting the 2nd seed and you're seeded 9th, honestly, more power to you. He wasn't able to pick up a win there, but that definitely is going to help him in the long run, especially for seeding for the next tournament, let's say. But definitely a lot of props to Hermit there. Going into, in my opinion, one of the strongest players in this tournament. And I would argue holding his own fairly well. He got 2-0'd, but like, in all honesty, we could have seen a Hermit 2-0 in the other way, but Jose very much clamping it down, calling it a day, moving on to facing Hassan in the loser semi round. So unless we're jumping to winners finals, I'm not sure yet.
Yeah, we'll have another match coming up soon. Boy, I mean, let me just say, this whole tournament has been riveting. Like, we've seen incredible matches. Incredible matchups. All of these players are just so good and so fun to watch.
Yes, sir.
I'm really excited to see how it ends, how things come to a close, because we've seen some really good matches. So sounds like next up we've got Jason versus Jose. We'll be watching that. Stay tuned.
I was actually saying it's really. I think riveting is a wonderful word to use here. I chuckled because I was like, "Wait, that's really good." That's why I chuckled. Because I was like, "Wait, that's a really solid word to use here." It is really intriguing and riveting. Because now we got like the top 4 seeds all coming in and trying to take the top spot. Right? You got Jason versus Jose. Only one can walk out. Also, Kish Prime is here. one of the
Yeah,
developers.
let's say hello to Kish Prime. Welcome to the mic.
Hello. Pleasure to be here. Gee, how'd they drag you out of retirement, man?
What, me?
Yeah.
Well, okay, to be fair, I make the trailers. I commentate. I'm not playing. I'm not playing.
I know.
But,
You're
like,
so very active. No.
I will say, I'm going to comment on this for 2 minutes, just if I may. A lot of the time, I go to sleep, I'm like, I should play MMA. But it's like, but I have so many other life things. But I should play MMA because I love this game. It's literally my favorite game of all time. That's why I'm happy to do this. My legit.
Well, I'd love to see you on the 6 again. Yeah, I've been trying to pull up some streams from time to time too. I'll probably try and stream at some point this weekend if I can, and at least play a couple hours. But yeah, it's always fun to get this thing up. And hey, look, we're on to the next match. So I will let you guys take away the intro here. You're a little more in the groove.
Yeah, well, we just watched Jose versus
Hermit.
Hermit. So we were just watching Jose versus Hermit, and obviously we've seen a lot of matches from Jason. Both players obviously are incredible, and I honestly I have no idea what to expect here. I don't know which direction this match will lean, if it will lean in any direction at all. I mean, so far we've seen a lot of so far, it's pretty close. So.
Okay, off the hop, I'm immediately noticing Jose using a similar strategy to Sound here. To less of an effect, but still a decent effect. He's high jumping a lot to prevent the freezing stomp. Like, just on stopping him midway and then stomping his lights out. He's trying to utilize Needle's insanely good high jump to that. And also, I feel like he could use Needle Dive to a similar effect. But I'm really interested to see here, because Jason's one of the newer players, from what I gathered. And Jose is definitely one of the older guard. That's actually a great grab from him. Oh my goodness! He is Jose! Yes! Sorry. I need to get it out of my system after years of fighting him.
We're seeing Jose definitely has a lot more options to deal with the bright flashes, because we were saying in the previous round we were watching Jason versus Sound. Sound really wasn't able to manage that really well. He had a lot of trouble with facing away during those flashes, but Jose doesn't really have any commitment that he has to do when facing away. He just kind of has to halt some of those normal shots. So he has a lot better tools to manage that, and we're kind of seeing that. Just on having to work around that and find other options besides the bright flash.
That was an interesting dive call out. I don't know why he went for a full hop there. I was also gonna say this is a very heavy hitting matchup because both these guys have a lot of great burst damage in all honesty. As you see with Needle being, well, Needle Man, and Bright, we've seen numerous times those stomps absolutely carving someone's head into the pavement. They hurt a lot. I know it's a fairly gruesome way to describe it, but it's real. I will say this is a very close matchup here. I'm curious to see who will take it. It's looking like it might be Jason though.
Really close. Jose has 2
one more, and I saw it was taking well.
Jason taking the first round. Really close though. I mean, look, 4 HP. That was a pretty exciting match to see. I think both players were really just trying to figure the other person out. You know, we're gonna probably see a bit of a different round too. But this first round, they were just trying to find the right strategy, find the other person's strategy, figure out what was going on. We saw a lot of back and forth. Curious to see what happens in this next round, if anybody's got a new strategy or has figured anything out, or you know, maybe we'll see a character switch. We might see Jose switch over to his Rocco, but nope.
Sorry, he's literally not doing that though.
And of course he goes back to the same stage again. I feel like his struggle right now is the damage, because right now Brightman is a lot more bursty than Needleman, and he's just not able to, while he's playing defensively against these flashes, he's not able to keep up the consistency of damage that lets him keep up. So even when he gets a stretch, that's why I think he's going for a lot more hard needle callouts here, or needle dive callouts here, because he's just not getting the consistency of damage that he needs to keep up. And even though he is avoiding a lot of right stuff, you can see this is kind of what's happening. He's basically giving 3 damage for every 4 he takes, and he's just kind of slowly falling behind here. It kind of was a trend of the first game as well. So have to see if he can find a little more consistency on his hits to kind of keep up. And obviously those dives are going to be one of the tools he uses to try to stay ahead here.
I was also gonna say I'm a little concerned because he's playing fairly risky with those needle dives. Because if he misses, he gets punished very harshly. I'm more surprised he isn't trying to zone him, if anything. Using those needle dives to essentially piss off Hassan as much as possible.
Yeah, I mean, Jason's getting more disrupted right now. I think that's what's really getting me is Jason's actually getting more disrupted by the needles, getting a little lost in the corner from time to time, getting a little lost walking around in circles, and he's still leading by a substantial amount because Bright's just hitting harder, and Needle can't keep the damage consistent on top of him. So, I mean, it's just kind of been a slow fight of attrition here. And even though, you know, Jose's doing a good job of disrupting, it's not translating into winning.
Yeah, I will say Jose's bringing it back, but he has, like, not a lot of EP.
No, it's gonna be very hard.
But this is gonna be really tough for Jose.
I think if I was to suggest, if he was gonna stay with Needle, I think his going high is costing him way too much EP. And I think that it's costing him too much disruption presence. I think he needs to stay more on the ground and try and play close to the ground.
Wait a second. Hold on.
Whoa.
That might be game.
He's really...
Wait.
Whoa!
He takes game 2! What the hell?
Holy cow.
That's the Jose I know right there. That's the guy I had to deal with fighting so much. That's the Jose I know. That is going to be game 2.
And what did he do last stock?
One health.
He played close to the ground. He had no EP to high jump. So he was playing on the ground that whole last stock. So I'm going to take some credit for that one.
He heard you mid-game.
I will, I mean, like you were saying, the damage output, I think, is just a huge disadvantage for Needleman here. We saw that with Jose in some of his previous matches, too. Even when he plays perfectly, which he's been doing for the majority of these matches that he's been in, he plays so precisely, and yet he's only able to just hold the match at even. He's never able to get his hands on a lead because even if he's able to dish out a lot of damage, his version of a lot of damage is basically equivalent to his opponent's version of a little bit of damage.
Yeah.
But
I think the stage choice here was really good for Jose. Due to that platform, it will 100% screw over Jason. Like, I'm not gonna joke about it. It will. It doesn't matter when. To be fair, it also will screw over Jose with his dives. But that was not good. I don't know. We'll see here. My issue is I'm surprised he hasn't swapped to Roko because I think Roko could do more burst heavy stuff especially with the lightning shot.
Yeah, I agree.
That's me. But I think it's okay that he's sticking a needle. I'm just not sure if it's a play. That was so much wasted EP. Oh goodness.
We're seeing
I actually
Jason
thought the high platform might help Jose stay high without using the high jump as much, but it doesn't seem like it's quite playing that way.
No.
Yeah, Jason is really trying to control that space too with his bright jump and the stomp, and is kind of keeping Jose down on the ground, off of the platform even.
Oh, that was a great grab by Jose. My goodness. But yeah, my issue though is he's wasting a lot of EP on these whips. I can't lie. Okay, that's gonna be 2-1. Jason looking very favorably in the lead here. This once again game 3. Jason, Jose. These are semis. Oh my. Okay. Calm down. Ooh. My gosh.
Jose dishing out the
literally thought away half his health.
Pretty solid combo from Jason there.
Yeah.
Gonna be a close one.
That's gonna be game. That's gonna be game. Game 3 goes to Jason. I will say I'm curious now how Jose will respond. He's definitely on the back foot here, but counterpoint, we've seen Jason go up 2 and then get the reverse 3-0'd. And if anyone can clutch this up, it is probably Jose. So I'm curious to see what his strategy is, because he's got to get 2 back-to-back. I feel like Roko might be a good way to surprise Jason. That's me, but
I agree. I think he needs to change it up.
Is a naturally higher jump, so
yeah,
maybe
he needs to change it up. I think Jason, that was the first complete game Jason played in terms of just not getting lost in the middle of that. And again, it was just brutal for Needle. But hey, he's gonna run it back. We'll see.
I'm shocked to
game
see
4. I don't know why he's sticking the needle. It's an interesting choice, but look, that was a good grab. But like, he must see something in this matchup.
Jose seems to be calling out Jason on his movement there when he goes to pick up the bright bulb and using that as an opportunity to grab him. You see it again there, but failing to convert that into a dive.
I really want to talk to him about like why he's sticking with Needle so consistently here. It's an interesting choice because we've seen that he is good to play Rocco, as you saw in that set I believe against Hermit.
Absolutely.
Anyways, though, he'll clean up the stock there.
Yeah,
that was a
managing
last
to
hit.
hold his
Jason
own, man.
snuck in there to get right before he died. That was a huge win for Jason.
Oh, he's getting Jose! He's getting okay.
Ooh, several needle dives there, but not enough to pull it back to even for Jose even. Jason
I
really
will say he's
holding
bringing
on
it
to
back though, just wholesale.
his momentum. Managing to pick up his bright bulb there, but he's kind of chasing after his own bulb and moving from
I will say I
both sides of the stage.
could see where Jose could snatch this back. It looks like he definitely can. Okay. The problem is also Bright just sure has more health than Needle. Like, Bright is a surprisingly bulky character. So I will say if you're Jose here, you're definitely on the back foot, damage and health wise, but he's doing a great job of, I believe you said earlier, kiting him away. That was, wow, what a great play from Jose.
Ooh.
That was amazing.
Yeah, I mean when Jose lands something, he's good at maximizing it. He doesn't waste his opportunities, but he's really struggling to get his hands on those opportunities.
I think he's bringing it
Really
back though fairly
perfectly
well.
even here, though.
That's gonna be just on with a 1 HP lead, knowing Jose he'll snatch this one. Like, yeah,
He's gonna grab that top lane up.
yeah, just yeah.
Perfectly even here, but I mean again, like you said, Jason does actually have more HP here because of his character's HP advantage, which is probably another.
Jose not letting that bother him right now, because he's definitely trying to run away with it, but he's got to stay consistent. That was an amazing counterplay. Oh my goodness.
He's really trying to disrupt Jason here by grabbing him occasionally like that, and it's been pretty effective.
Well, he's kept him isolated from the bulb for half this stock, so he hasn't even had access to his bright bulb for most of the match.
I will say, can he take it?
Jason on 1 HP.
That's about
Yes,
it.
he can.
Jose grabbed
Game
it.
5, we shall go.
Nice
2-2.
comeback.
What
Yeah, he did a wonderful job just keeping him away from the bulb that last stock. He just kept walling him out. He never was able to get his bulb back on again for about half the last stock, and he built up a nice lead over that stretch.
I have a feeling now, though, he's gonna stick with Needle no matter what, and he's kind of at Jason's, not mercy particularly, but he's at his own choice. And we're going back to this, and we're going back to the Game 3 stage. It is gonna be Bright Arena. This is looking good for Jason, I cannot lie. He very much capitalized on this stage. Alright. Game 5 here. Losers, semis. Jason and Jose. Jose picking up game 2 and 4, I believe. Meanwhile, Jason picking up game 1 and game 3. So, a fairly back-to-back set. Oh my goodness, okay. I was gonna say, game 3 was on this stage, and Jason took it very, very well. And Jose is absolutely dumpstering him right now.
Oh, but Jason landing several stomps there. But really struggling to clean up this stock. Jose's holding on to it.
Yeah, he's staying alive for as long as possible, and honestly, props to him. He needs to do that to win this in the long run. If he can take any lead, he needs to take that. I don't know if the stomp was the play there. I think you could have shot him and killed him, and called it a day.
No,
that's me. I think that was a waste of VP.
He missed a kind of a pivotal combo too that could have gotten him that stock a lot earlier. And then kind of wasting even more EP is not the way to go. Jose,
those are the nerves so hard at play, especially something like loser semis. The nerves are electric.
Jason kind of getting a bit of momentum here. If he can pull out this stock, then he'll have a chance. Oh, and he does! What a stomp!
That was really good.
Brought it back a
Right
little
on
bit.
the head. Jason down a bit. Jose is not letting go of his lead though. As much as Jason he's catching up a bit, but Jose's not letting him have it. Although he's out of EP now, it's gonna be tough for him to keep up. Jason is on his tournament stock now. If he loses this stock, then he is out.
And Jose has 2 in the back here.
He's gonna need to find
another one in the back. We'll see what he's able to capitalize with. Okay, we're down to last stock here, folks.
That plays a shot.
Jason has a very real chance here to upset Jose and go on to losing finals. But Jose, he's been in the lead most of this game specifically, and he's definitely brought it to him this time around. Is it in the cards? Let's see it.
Several stomps here. Both players at no EP, really struggling to find something here. Jose kind of staying on top of Jason here.
It's even.
It's even.
One shot. That game.
Whoa!
Oh,
1 HP. Look at this.
Fun.
This bright flash is the pivotal moment. If he didn't get that,
Wow.
I think Jose had that in the bag.
What a clutch.
Oh, 100%.
What a clutch.
1 health, by the way. 1 health. Crazy.
Look at that back and forth.
Incredible.
Literally, game 2 and 4, and then he took all the odd ones. That's awesome. What a set. Also, props to Jashawn. That is like one of the best players, in my opinion, like of all time. And he just got him. Pretty solid and an amazing set. I could see, honestly, I see him really becoming a mainstay if he sticks with it. That was wonderful. I mean, taking game off Jose is amazing. Taking a set is next level, in my opinion. But honestly, props to both players. That was honestly a wonderful set. Yeah, what a set. My gosh. Okay, I think we have to literally go to winners finals now with the Sound and Sheep. We'll see if it's as electric as that set was, because my gosh, what a set.
We had some real close games that set. That was really fantastic.
Yeah. Let's take a look at the bracket. See where we're at.
All right. There we go. There we go. Yeah.
Alrighty. So losers is we're gonna see it resolve here pretty soon. We got losers final coming up. We just watched the semifinal, and then obviously the winner of that will then move on to the grand final. Have we played Sound and Sheep yet? Has that match happened yet? So are we going to watch that next?
I think so.
Okay. So we're gonna see Sound and Sheep next, and then after that we'll watch the losers final and then grand finals. This tournament is really coming to a close here. We've got some really exciting matches, some really, really good players here. I mean, any matchup between any of these players is going to be incredible.
Oh yeah.
Going back to that last set a little bit and talking about that a little more, I'm wondering, I'm curious with Jose if he just wanted to ride out the needle solo and see how it could do, because I still do feel like he had a couple of characters that probably could have handled the burst damage on Brightman a little better, but I'm not sure, because like the evasiveness of Needleman was pretty effectively that round. Do we feel like that was a matchup choice that he thought was optimal?
I think he was really starting to figure it out. He got, he was really developing his strategy over time, and by the end he really had Jason figured out, and ultimately it wasn't enough in the end, but I think he might have just felt like he was onto something, like that he was figuring it out, and I really feel like it would have been the right move to switch to a different character. I feel like his Rocco could have handled that a lot better, but I think he might have just felt like he was figuring it out.
Yeah, okay, we're looking at Sound's recent tournament record, and we know he has been on a good run lately, a couple of firsts over the last few months, and looking to repeat. And I believe last tournament was it not the tournament where he did not drop a single round?
Correct, yeah.
That is wild.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yep,
absolutely.
he's not going to replicate that feat this time.
An incredible run from Sound last time, but same thing this time too. He's been doing pretty good. Obviously hasn't won every round, but we've seen some incredible matches from him. And obviously he's still in the running, so.
Who has he been mostly playing this tournament bracket?
We have not seen Gyro out of him yet. He went solo Gyro last tournament. We have not seen that. We've seen Starman and Magma, correct? Have we seen anyone else out of Sound?
Not that I recall. Yeah, I think it was basically just Star and Magma. That was really it.
We've seen some good gameplay from both of those characters from Sound as well.
Yeah.
Taking a look at Sheep here.
Yeah, he's been playing Sheep. He didn't play any Napalm. Yeah, I think he's been on solo Sheep this entire tournament, from what I recall.
You love to see the commitment.
Yeah. I mean, it is his namesake after all.
Yes. I mean, Sheep is a fun character and has so many ways to just gate and lock down people, and he does a great job of intersecting the floor electricity with the super shots from the charge shots as he manages his charge. So yeah. I love the way he just uses the clouds to stay charged in perpetuity, and then just lays traps or fires off the charged blasts to get the damage burst that he needs. It works out really, really well.
Yeah, his intentionality with everything he does is pretty incredible. Locking
Oh,
people
looks
down.
like we're going to go Magma and Sheep here. On, I always forget the name for this stage. I swear it's Wily 3 Arena or something like that. Anyways, this is going to be a great game here in my opinion. I will say I'm excited to see who drops the game first because Sound is currently 5-2 in this tournament. He won against Hermit 2-0 and then barely got past Rasan to 3-2. But Sheep has not dropped a single game. He beat Hermit at 2-0 and then Jose 3-0. So I'm really curious to see if Sheep can make it maybe a 3-0 on Sound. That'd be insane. But we'll see how it happens, right? We'll see what's in the cards.
This is some classic Sound gameplay so far, just kind of staying in the corner, saying I can just beat you on trades. And he does for the first stock.
Yeah. I will say Sheep's immediately going to bring it back. Yep. With the wrap, baby.
We're seeing Sheep get a bit more aggressive here.
Yeah, well, and Sheep was seeing what was happening, and he's changed up the gameplay a little bit. He hung back a little bit on that first stock, and now Sound's going to have to deal with a lot more pressure, it looks like, from here.
Sheep's very adaptable in the gameplay, but I will say
he has the
I'm
tools.
bringing it to him right now.
We're seeing this triple shot from Sound a lot, which is obviously a great tool of Magma Man, but it's doing a really good job of working around what some of Sheep has, at least from a distance. He's able to hit from a lot of different angles, and obviously when he doesn't have a lot of ground to work with because of electricity, it's pretty handy.
It is. I didn't know if I should have pointed it out, but I'm actually noticing it.
Yeah, he's pointing out that Magma's hard to see on this stage a little bit, but there are some challenges there. I wonder if that was strategic or just incidental.
I think he just likes that ult, but at the same time, yeah, it's kind of.
Now Sheep is pulling this back a little bit here. He is out of EP, which is going to be a challenge for him. But he, he walked away from his last charge. That
Wait a minute!
He
actually takes it! What a
Sheep
trade!
We are seeing some comebacks here.
Yeah, I was not ready for that. That was pretty incredible.
Sound ran out of EP and just got pinned down. Look, Sheep with 4 perfect point-blank shots. That is not easy to close this thing out.
I mean, also it is Sheep's NS, which is a fairly solid hit. But yeah, no, he just punched him in the face with electricity, essentially.
Incredible.
Yeah, that was a close to that. As perfect as you could play that.
I mean, Sheep's movement is incredible. Once he gets on top of somebody, he just converts that into something incredible. And then even at a distance, he's able to, lay those traps. His gameplay is pretty all around.
Once Magma's out of AP, Sheep has the ability to hang out in that space right above Magma, because now you don't have the rock anymore accessible to you, and he can just fire the downward angle shots. And Magma really can't do anything. He has very little ability to evade, and he's just got to give him that position.
If I comment on this, Sheep is absolutely lighting Sound up right now to start off this round. He is literally, pun intended, being electric.
I mean, it's tied, but yeah, he's still pretty good.
Okay, but like that first opener before he absolutely rocked him was a great play. I cannot lie.
Yeah, he's putting the wall down.
Yeah, no, he's really trying to keep him on that left side. And I don't know if that's going to work out for him because really Sound is bringing it to him.
I was thinking he was just missing the shot, trying to put the cloud up top, but now I'm kind of thinking maybe he was just trying to keep the wall up and just fire up at him and get damage that way. That's something I would like to know strategically if that was the intention there.
Definitely a solid strategy because it's working for him.
And once again,
it's using a lot of EP. That's the problem.
Sound's going to be the one to be able to break his win streak.
It is consuming a lot of his EP, but Sound's going through his fast too, so it's just a rapid fire match.
Magma's a very EP burning heavy character in my opinion, from what I've seen in this set so far.
Sheep's working his way around the
Sound
really well.
literally has 2 HP. If Sheep can connect, he's good. There you go. Okay, back down to 1 stock. So I will say Sound
took a lot of damage
in my opinion. We'll see what happens though. She's trying to.
Hitting a couple combos there.
Very powerful. Stay away so we can react.
He's kind of jumping into some of those shots. Not ideal.
Definitely not ideal. I don't know if you actually want to camp on
now Sheep is the one getting pinned down at 3 HP.
Wait a minute. Wait a minute.
Oh.
Sound brings it.
Ending from down.
If Sheep had hit 1 more NS, he might have been able to
get close to.
Oh, he was like 2 frames off. 2 frames off of hitting the invulnerability on that last shot. So he hits 1, he hits 2, and then the last one there missed it by about 2 frames of invincibility. Oh, it was so close.
That just hurts.
It does.
What an incredible
It
end,
does. And what I'm noticing is really interesting is I feel like Sheep is playing a lot better when he runs out of EP. He's burning EP really, really fast. He's using his tools appropriately, but when he gets locked in on just hitting his normals, all of a sudden he goes on huge runs, and it's really interesting. I'm just not sure why that's happening. I wonder if there's some opportunity to optimize EP usage in the next 2 rounds.
It reminds me kind of like you remember my play with Tark and how I would just be like I would be losing and then I just suddenly play completely more evasive and just win. Also, wanting to start from Sound. But I'm betting something like that, but in a different sense, where he's down on AP, so he just starts bashing the crap out of his opponent. I'm wondering if it's something like that. I'm also wondering why he's going through the same NS. He's not really going for that higher up one. Also,
Sometimes when you just lock in on one tactic, and you start doing that tactic really well, that can be effective. But he's gonna have to survive this magma burst, and it's not looking good right now.
He's holding on to it for a while though.
Or,
on top of him. We got Ignatius once again claiming that Swordman would be the optimal character in this matchup against Sheepman.
I wonder if he's gonna use it in the
not sure about that one, champ.
We'll see, I guess. We'll see. Actually, I wonder how Sword and Sheep work. Anyways, Sheep bringing it back currently, but it's
bit of a half stock lead down.
Right now. He's up about
solid hit with that Magnum. Sheep is really falling behind here. Sliding vulnerability through those shots though has been pretty consistent from Sheep.
Yeah, he may have a little bit of ground at the end. Again, when he gets on top and starts using those normals effectively, that seems to be where he gets the biggest wins. He's doing it right now too, trapping him with those normals, but the HP of Magma is allowing him to deliver some counter blows before he dies.
We'll see what happens. Right now, it's definitely looking like Sound's game. But
he's got to avoid this burst.
When his back is against the wall, he can bring it back very heavily.
Sound kind of
Second
dominating.
burst.
Bring through his EP.
Magma's out of EP. Can he pull it out?
Wait a minute. Wait a minute. He's dodging him.
Oh,
Game
man.
break goes to Sound.
I mean, look at how precise Sheep was playing, though. Look at how he's navigating the situation so well, but obviously just one slip up is enough to end it.
I mean, really, Sound though. I mean, Sound is props too. Like Sound played a great game with the bursts. That last stock was really the first stock where he really kind of botched his bursts, but his burst damage has been what's keeping him ahead through the rounds that he's winning. And then at the end there, even despite missing on the last stock a little bit, he still had a comfortable margin to finish it off, even though Sheep gets dangerous with those normals up close.
I mean, overall, like the 3-shot NS to end the game, that was great. That was such a smart play. Because it didn't matter. He was gonna die no matter what. Like no matter what hit him. Also now game 4 here, going back to Magnet Balls. See what happens.
Super close so far. She needs to pull out the stock cleanup.
He probably will. Yeah, he will. That was a great stock cleanup backtrack.
It was, yeah. Avoided all damage.
I'm also noticing that he's using the clouds that I mentioned he wasn't using earlier. He's using it more now, which I'm not sure if that's my fault or if that's just because it's a different matchup. Probably it's a different matchup, but still.
Yeah, he's pulling it out a lot more. Building a wall here again to keep him pinned down. He's got an EP now. Well, I guess both players are.
Once again, though, we've seen Sheep very much utilize low EP to make work, and he will take the lead off that.
He's able to win on the low EP situations. He got in a good spot last time where he was forcing him between clouds instead of trying to wall him in, and that seemed to be working pretty well. I'm curious if he'll keep trying to go with the wall strategy.
Look at this. Sound is trying to, it seems, intentionally get on top of Sheep sometimes, which I'm a little surprised to see because it seems like that generally works out in Sheep's favor. But
you want to for the burst. When he's bursting, he's doing that. But now he's out of EP, then he goes back to kind of the corner camp. But this is where a wave dash would be like really effective. I'm seeing them jump around each other a lot. I'm surprised I'm not seeing more wave dash play because like that's where wave dash will get you the hit.
One health. I don't know why you'd want to use Thunderbolt there. I would have just mashed him out. That's me.
Yeah, it did keep him pinned down.
Sheep can only mash so much.
Yeah, fair. I mean, you know how I play Thunderbolt. Anyway.
I do. Oh, double cloud was probably not intentional.
That is going to be a lot of damage for Sound. Might be able to take game 4 here.
Not enough.
That'll be game 4. That'll make Sound move on to grand finals here. Over Sheep 3-1. That'll make Sona and Sheep will clash in losers finals to see who gets their shot at the run back.
Wow. That was some incredible gameplay from Sound, let me say. That was Sound, he just didn't pass up his opportunities. Once he was on top of Sheep with that burst damage, he didn't blunt. He did occasionally mess it up, but I mean, he was super consistent with that with his damage.
Oh yeah.
Didn't make any major blunders and kind of kept Sheep on his toes the whole time.
Well, he forced Sheep to play his game, really. I mean, that was if there was one kind of aspect of Sound's gameplay that I saw that made a big difference in the outcome, it was that when Sheep was able to play his game and get him in the middle and kind of trap him between clouds and charges and all those kinds of things. Though I think playing from the wall, again, when Sound was playing from the wall, it was very hard for Sheep to do much but like really burn through his EP and kind of stick on the wall. So Sound was able to conserve his EP for those bursts, get the burst, then get back to the wall, kind of play for a while until the EP charged back up again. And that was where if Sheep was winning when that wasn't the scenario, when he was able to keep him trapped in the middle after one of his bursts either went awry, he missed some shots, things like that.
Yeah, and kind of on that note, I felt like Sheep was really going for a strategy to try to pin Sound to the wall, which he does frequently in a lot of his matches by, using that Thunderwool wall. But coincidentally, I felt like Sheep really had the lead most of the time when they were in the center of the stage, when Sheep could get on top of Sound. Obviously, when Sound was not in his fired up form. That's when he was kind of getting most of his damage out.
But I'm kind of wondering, like, if you think about those wall scenarios, right? And I'm not questioning the guy who's clearly the master of Sheep, but he's throwing like 4 clouds up, and none of them are actually poised to hit Sound when Sound's just happy to sit up there. And I'm kind of wondering if using the cloud transform would have been better in the corner to lay down some thunder in ways that would have been very difficult for Sound to avoid taking significant damage, because it just didn't seem like the damage trades were working with Sheep while he was burning those clouds. He was burning EP for just not enough damage. Or alternatively, use the cloud, get the lightning, jump up, and drop the electricity on top of the platform that Sound was standing on. That felt like that would have at least forced him to move around a little more.
Yeah, Sheep tends to be pretty hesitant to use that multi-cloud move, and I'm not exactly sure why.
You get punished for it almost every time unless you land a hit, and it's very easy to run into some issues there. But yeah, I think that was, if I was to suggest some alternatives there in terms of where it felt like Sheep was losing, it felt like he was losing on the EP and he was losing on the damage on those edge play situations where he was trying to kind of jump up and hit him. Even though it did seem like Sheep should have an advantage there, maybe it's something where he could just optimize the gameplay too and it would still be good. So, but we are on to the next.
Yeah, we're going to be jumping into Jason versus Sheep here. Both players that lost to Sound on his warpath to grand finals. It is the 4th seed, is the 3rd seed. Let's get into it. Brightman, Sheepman, both light/electric based Robo Masters. And honestly, I've noticed both characters really sticking to their mains, I haven't really seen Sheep play literally anyone else's tournament. He has other characters, he's just choosing to stick with his main. Which, fair enough. And Jason, do you know if Jason plays anyone else fun?
I don't think I've ever seen Jason play anyone but Brightman, so not a surprise to see him stick with him. So far, we're seeing a pretty close match here, but she's grabbing a bit of a lead here.
I will say, I'm interested to see, though, which of these players really is hungry for that get back on Sound. Because he beat Jason 3-2 in a reverse 3-0, so I'm not sure. You could argue Jason's hungry, you could argue Sheep's hungry, because Sheep just got 3-1. So both are kind of fair enough arguable cases, essentially. But right now I think it's a fairly even game here. Like, Jason probably gonna lose the stock here to Sheep. Yeah. He's gonna charge up for the next stock. We'll see what happens though. Sheep has a solid, I would argue, half stock lead. It's good enough to get by, is what I'm trying to say. We'll see what happens.
Interesting stage choice, right? Because Bright can control from the platform. He's pretty happy being up there. He has angled down shots. He has so much, but like, if Sheep just goes to the other platform and shoots him across the stage, it feels like, he has a bit of advantage because he has the ability to control the space, charge his shots, do a lot more damage. He's doing a lot more damage when he's standing across the stage. So I don't think the advantages for Brightman on the stage are there against Sheepman. So I'm not sure if the ban was a good choice from the Bright side.
I was also going to say, Wily Hollow, still one of my favorite stages. I love the stage so much, it's so cool. But yeah, definitely Sheep running away with this one. He's literally a full stock ahead.
Yeah.
So it's probably great for Jason, but we've seen him bring it out from worse, in all honesty. So now
Bright,
down to...
Bright just can't win these damage trades. Like, Bright's gonna have to do something else. He can't stand across the stage and just trade shots. Like, he's just never gonna win that.
He's gonna need to be more aggressive. He's not landing enough.
Actually, game 1 going to Sheep in a very weird way. That electric floor actually trips up Jason, and Sheep will take game 1.
Yep. So tell me, because I haven't seen Bright play a whole lot yet still in the new versions, but does Bright have an aggressive game to play?
Stomp.
We've seen some amount of aggressive gameplay from Jason. If he can land those, he's got a combo where he shoots at a normal shot and his Bright Bulb at the same time.
Sorry, you cut out what? Go again, I guess.
We've seen some aggressive gameplay from Jason. His combo where he throws out a normal shot and the Bright Bulb at the same time can be really handy for him and can sometimes convert even into a stomp. But at that point, he kind of has to retreat because there's not a whole lot he can do to follow up on that.
But that would just make this a really bad matchup if that's what he's got. But you know, this stage we saw before does give him more chances for like continual intersections. He is keeping it pretty even so far. He has the EP lead and the health lead, and oh, he's slightly down health now. But either way, the stage seems to be working really well.
That was a great kill by Sheep. He snuck up on him and
yeah,
absolutely got him there. That was a great
just
kill.
walked up and down smashed.
Didn't he just walk up slowly?
And NS.
Yeah.
Oh, that's great. Anyways, continuing on now.
We're seeing
fairly even health-wise. Sheep has a bit more of EP. Actually, they're about the same actually. Either way. Oh. Okay, there is in fact a poll between Jason and Sheep who goes on to grand finals.
Oh, Sheep really struggling to get that stock cleanup, taking a lot of damage.
Yeah, he got the last hit
a
off
lot
there.
of damage on the way out.
A big difference from last match is Sheep has been playing from the middle of the stage instead of playing from the back. And he did a little bit of that last stage, but I'm not sure if that's working out well for him or not. It's just a different style, and it might just be the difference in the stage that he feels like makes him do that.
Yeah.
Now he's back to the corner again. He just wins 3 straight damage trades. So I
on the way out there.
It does feel like that's a good opportunity for him if he can go over to the play from the far side of the stage. And Jason's kind of forced the issue by coming up close.
I will say this is about as neck and neck as possible here. Sheep does have a bit more health, but he has way less EP. That stomp's gonna matter. Could be
He
down
approached
to its
into
last.
the jump range.
Got a real
Moment here.
disadvantage here.
That's gonna take it!
It is.
By one wave shot there.
Sheep gonna make it 2-0 set-wise. Very good lead for him here.
I feel like Sheep had a big advantage to the end. Then he actually did the jump into the middle, and that was where he got himself hit out of the air by Bright Stomp out of a flash. So like he was trading really well from the edges, and almost put himself into a difficult situation there on that last stock, trying to approach. So it does seem like when he's able to stay on the far side of the stage, Bright doesn't have a whole lot of issues. Oops, it looks like we've ended the match by accident. Maybe they might have thought it was a best of 3. We need to hit them up and make sure they know it's a best of 5 as losers finals. All right, we'll double check there. Does Jason have any secondaries to play? Is he locked into the Bright Man?
Sorry, what was that?
Oh, I said, does Jason have any secondaries to play, or is he locked into the Bright Man here?
I have never seen Jason play anyone else. To my understanding is that he is a solo Bright. I don't think he has other options.
So, I mean, I think if he's going to change this up significantly, he's going to have to probably get uncomfortable and get up close and try and do a whole lot. But that's really tough against Sheepman if you don't have the tools for it, because those the Thunderbolts and the floors are just going to absolutely wreck you if you can't get those big giant burst damages off up close.
Yeah, and on top of that, Bright just has such a you have to be so perfect if you want to use Bright's up close game, because he needs to get in, land some serious damage, and then he needs to get out, because then there's nothing he can do anymore. And if you're not perfect with that, then you end up just getting yourself in a sticky situation. Yeah.
I mean, Sheep out damages Bright on the trades, on the shots. His normal price is 2, 3, or 4, and that's where we see a lot of the margins being built when they get into those those shot trade-offs. And so how can Bright avoid getting into those standoffs more? I think is a big question to answer for round 3. And here we go. All right, we're back to Magnet Boss, Wily-esque stage, and it's going to give Bright the same angles to fire down. He obviously likes those a lot, but again, that kind of gets to the standoff sense of he's now setting up being across stage.
All right, looking fairly even here. Jasson gonna
Landing on stomp
that
that time.
one. Ooh, that was a bit of a miss, but he runs right into that Thunder Roll last minute here. That could matter in the long run. Though Jasson does have a bit of a lead here. He's
Sheep with a pretty good
back
back
foot.
now.
He wants to bring it back. That was a great way to evade it, by the way. My goodness.
Jasson really not converting off of these the Bright Bulb freezes. He's only really getting a normal shot out each time, instead of a stomp.
Interesting. Anyways, at least as it stands currently, it's fairly even. So Sheep has a bit of a EP disadvantage, but as we know, that kind of turns into an advantage for him. As we've seen here, he's actually might be able to take the stock here. Time stop didn't matter. Yep, that's the stock going to Sheep there.
One
There
AP.
you go.
Not able to take it there.
Done.
Just hit him once.
Jasson, do a wave dash. Do a wave dash,
Hit him.
Jasson.
Okay, there you
No.
go.
Jasson really struggling to get the stock
Take
clear.
that stock, yeah.
Hey, that can be tough. It's tough to kind of get to that. You don't expect the person to just stand still on top of you, but Sheep with some next level mind games. All right, and now he's got pretty much a full stock lead, so this has gotten a little out of hand. Jasson down to tournament stock.
And
Jasson's gonna need to find something special here if he wants to stay in this. Landing a bit of a combo
Nice
there,
little
but
burst there.
He might be able to take the stock.
gonna need to close out this stock. Really struggling to do so. What a clean sliding vulnerability from Sheep there.
Alright, last stock for both players.
Half stock
There's a
lead
lot more
for Sheep.
pressure on Jasson than there is Sheep. Can he possibly start but reverse
Sheep
3-0? Is it in the
He's
cards?
almost got this here.
No! It's a fall through. Out of there!
And Sheep takes the set 3-0. What a good set for Sheep.
Yeah, I think Jasson did some good things in there. I do think it's a hard matchup the way that Jasson is playing it, and I don't know enough about Bright to be honest to know alternatives for Bright if he has the option to come in closer, or if he has the opportunity to be a little more quick strike in and out, maybe even dropping some stomps in neutral to try and hit some big hits and then get out again. But it was just a challenging fight uphill the whole way, just fighting that NS damage discrepancy.
Yeah. He was managing to find some things in there, but it was just never quite enough. And, props to Sheep too for just never letting that go anywhere.
Nope, he kept it locked down. He opened the door one time that I saw, and that was about it. Otherwise he pretty much always stayed in control.
I was gonna say, now we're gonna have a wonderful grand finals here, a run back of winners finals. Sound did take it 3-1 over Sheep, but we'll see if Sheep has some vengeance he wants to reap here over Sound. We'll see if it's in the cards. We'll see what's gonna happen here on grand finals. Once again, though, you gotta remember, since Sound took winners finals, he has that grand finals reset advantage. We'll see if he's able, if he even has to leverage that, as he did beat Sheep previously, or will Sheep make him utilize that and absolutely come out swinging. Right. And looking at the tournament bracket here, we now know that Sheep did take it over Jasson. A wonderful run from Jasson, though, taking it over a myriad of very solid players here. Taking over Kish Squared, only really losing to Sound and Sheep, who are now the first and third seed. While he was seeded fourth, so wonderful job from him. Taking over big players like Jose and Termina. Wonderful job from him there. He'll bow at third. And we will now see grand finals in, I believe, just a moment. We're waiting for it to get set up.
So Jason, I mean, let's talk about it a little more, because I mean, for me,
Yeah.
as a player who's been around a long time, it's always awesome to see new players come into the scene or newer players come into the scene and perform well. Jason's really come up very, very quickly. I mean, like, what was Jason's placing last tournament?
I don't know. Let's pull him up.
Yeah.
Nice.
Wow. Okay, that is really well done.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at that.
Quite a run on some of these, making the into the summit via the last chance qualifier, getting 3rd out of 8 after making it via the last chance qualifier, and then you know, recently getting the 1st and the 5th. Quite a good record recently. I mean, that's the record of somebody that you might look at and say is 3rd or 4th on the power rankings already.
Where is he currently?
4th seed in this tournament, so I would presume.
No, I mean like where in the power rankings?
I don't know if we have the slide for that. I'll have to go look for him.
I can
slide
just
for
check.
power
He's
ranking.
5th. He's 5th. PR 5th. He's PR 5th.
PR 5th. So yeah, looking very good. Giving some of the best players historically all they can handle in Jose and Sheep. So definitely a nice run. Bright Man's always fun to see the new characters featured. And now we see which characters get brought out on the finals. What do we think, guys?
No way. No, I was gonna say Starman.
Starman
I've never seen
sounds
Sheep play
like
that guy
a
in my
logical fight.
I am
What do
curious
we
to
think,
see what happens here character-wise, because Sound has been flipping between his Magma and his Star.
Yeah.
I
We also could be Magma.
anticipate that means he's not going to pull out anyone else. We might see a Gyro Man or something of the sort. Obviously, we can probably expect Sheep to just stick with Sheep. I mean, we could see something else, but we've not seen him switch at all in this tournament so far. I'd probably expect to see like a Starman Sheep.
Well, let's see.
I'm
Hold
curious
on.
what Sheep's biggest counters are, because Sheep is so non-traditional of a character in some ways that it feels really hard to
He
counter.
brought out Swordman.
He
He's
went
done it.
Sword. How about
He did
that?
it. First
He
round.
followed on his
Oh,
comment.
you know, he's actually a good sword player too, so we'll see what happens here. But I bet you this was not what she was expecting, or this was entirely what she was expecting. And there's no in between.
Nice
Dishing
little,
out a lot of
shots
gear.
there. Oh, that was a really bold choice to use the fire
Wow.
pillar.
Pretty crazy commitment there. He's down on EP now.
And she will take
Yes.
first stock of grand finals here. Sound versus Sheep. Game 1 here. That's
Ooh,
I
took a long
great
time to
aggression
clean
from
that up.
Sheep there to really.
Sound's
shut them
doing a
down.
good job of
Such a-
not-
such a bulky character. Bold choice, that Inferno. Bold choice.
Something
I think the
relatively
Infernos are
positive.
probably unnecessary given how these are going. I mean, it's interesting that that's the choice because, I mean, he's still winning regardless, but
Yeah. Or just clean sword dashes. And he needs that AP for dash. I don't know what she's playing there was. I
Well,
feel
just-
like
I know what she's playing is right now.
He's certainly not staying away.
okay, now he's playing inside, and then as soon as Sound commits to the pillar, Sound no longer plays inside. So Sound Maple or Sheep Maple out of ground there.
He did. He's gonna need to grab
Okay,
the stock.
it's even.
Even
it's
last
even.
stock pretty much.
I don't know why he's going in. It's such an
He was
interesting
in
choice.
for the first time there. Sound's been doing a pretty good job of not always committing to his double slash. He's been kind of canceling like the first one a lot. Which
That's
is
game.
Oh, finish it off with
He
a
melts people, man. I swear.
wow.
That might have been a perfect clear in terms of like health. That might have been exactly how much it needed. I think that was a like 1 HP difference might have difference there. But yeah, it felt like Sound had some good play early, and then Sheep kind of got inside of him, and Sound adjusted by just really slowing down the gameplay and then speeding up at the end to kind of snatch the victory with that last combo.
Yeah. Sheep was doing a good job of changing pace, but Sound was able to keep up with that.
Running it back. Okay, he finally swapped off of Sheep. We're gonna see Cool Man and
Cool Man.
Now he's sticking with Sword. Okay.
I don't think I've seen this matchup.
This is
No, I
this
haven't.
is gonna be
I
a
will say,
tough matchup for
Golden, you're
Sword.
probably loving this right now, aren't you?
Oh yeah, this is my boy out here right now.
I feel
this is
like
gonna be
the freezing shot would actually be really useful in this matchup.
Oh, yeah.
But
I think it's
getting it
gonna
off
be-
is tough.
pretty handy.
I'd love to see the shades as well.
There's gonna be a lot.
Oh, that was a nice damage hit from Sheep early.
Coolman's gonna be hard to catch for Swordman with with all that movement. But Sound is doing a really good job of keeping up with him so far. But Sheep getting a bit of a lead here if he can take this stock.
Yeah, Sheep is stacking the blocks. He's stacking the combos. He's doing some really good work. Oh man,
Well, that's
what a combo
immediate pain and suffering.
before he dies.
That's where when Sound just when he gets an opportunity.
Oh, not the Inferno!
That alone flipped it. That flipped the lead.
Okay, but he can leverage his freezing way more. Oh, there you go. Yeah, that's exactly what I'm talking about. That's exactly what I'm talking about. He takes the stock there. Cool is actually a really good character in the sword, huh? Or at least in some aspects.
I
right now,
think Cool
sword is
has a
also
lot of
helpful.
good opportunities.
What?
Oh,
Whoa!
What
Happened
was that?
there?
Is that his hitbox from the sword, like, down slash or something?
that was definitely a bug. Oh no.
You know,
That
it's
was,
totally not an intended feature. I mean, it's totally an intended feature.
Ooh, really converted.
Okay, if he had gotten hit by
Oh
that,
my
that was
gosh.
great. I think it's still
He
out.
learned his lesson, but it wasn't enough.
Well, that match might have well turned on that bug. Funny enough. Not funny
my
for Sheep.
Gosh.
That's unfortunate.
Sheep's probably heartbroken on that one. That, respectfully, that felt wrong.
Yeah, you're stabbing a knife through
Yeah,
the
he
depths
even
right
said
every time
that
you
was a
replay that.
BS hit.
Can we stop replaying the stabbing the depths through the heart every single time? That was a brilliant match with Cool Man though. That was really fun. Did some nuts combos. I honestly the timing on his charge
Running
shots
back,
through his
running
ice
back.
block were so good. And I would still pick I'd pick Sheep in this round if
As long as he doesn't get bugged.
Yeah, now
gotta
it's
go
weird
vote if
combo.
you well yeah.
Now's your chance to vote. We've got to pull up. Who do you think it'll be for the grand final?
Alright. Oh, that was a great freeze there by Sheep. Mid animation. I mean, great.
I will say one thing is-
the first stock here.
Sheep was dying with a lot of EP in
He
in
might
first
die
round.
again with a lot of EP. Holy.
He still has a lot more opportunity to optimize the EP usage to get a little bit more of an edge. Even if it's just dropping some of those rocks, like ice pillars from above occasionally, or just keeping the rocks down more. Like oh, that was a bad choice.
Ooh, right into the Inferno.
He didn't take the Inferno hit because of the
damage from Sound there.
Yeah, he came
bring it
forward
back to
into a normal. I'm not sure why he was even coming forward because there wasn't a block in front of him, but he came forward right into a full combo.
Yeah, with the Inferno. Oh no, man.
There's another Inferno.
That I think Sheep's starting to tire out. I can't lie. It's the second Inferno of this game.
I think relying on the ice shot is
right
key.
now. Yeah, that was a great play. That was a great play.
Freezing is one of Swordman's top weaknesses. So any kind of character with a freeze is usually very tough to deal with with Swordman. And so if you can actually do, you can actually set that up. So anyway, Sheep has done a really good job closing this out. The last
That's
stock's
the game
been great.
free.
He ran into some stuff that he shouldn't have run into, and he still won by 2 stocks. So I think that's more what I would have expected the match to play out as in general. And maybe Sheep just need to play a time or two to get used to it.
I will say, definitely Sheep now on the back foot here. Despite getting last game, he has to get a reverse 3-0 to win, which is a tough task in and of itself, because he already lost to Sound 3-1 previously. So now the debate happens here. He's probably not going to go sword, unless he is really stubborn and sticking to his guns. I don't know. We'll see what happens, I guess.
Well, this is where Sheep has to choose whether or not to commit. You know, he's choosing to go with Cool Man here.
Yeah.
So, you know, Sound is gonna switch from Swordman.
I don't know if I love locking into Cool Man, but hey, you know what? I think Cool Man still has is a really fun character, and there's a lot of good opportunity to show him off in a new matchup potentially. I would not say sword if I wanted to win the tournament. That is my opinion.
He's going sword.
He does not say sword, so he wants to win the tournament.
Star's gonna have a lot of options to deal with Cool Man here. I think this is gonna be a bit more of a. It's gonna be a tough matchup for Cool Man.
Oh, especially
Well,
on
the
this
stage,
where the block
the
doesn't
stage
matter
is going to be the problem. I don't know if you can fight from a distance, unless you're going to use the cool block as a defender in front of you. Yeah, there you go.
Yeah, which is
No,
currently
no,
exactly what he's doing, actually.
Using it as a shield now. We're seeing both players just shoot from the sides of the stage. We're not getting any.
I think Star kind of wins that interaction. In all
Well,
honesty.
I think Sound kind of wins that interaction. That is Sound's bread and butter, and there's no one I think better in the game at just standing back and shooting than Sound. so wall evading. So it's gonna be tricky. I think he's gonna have to get closer, and that does work. He forced him in the middle and was able to use the blocks effectively, but playing from a distance, I think, is not the strategy here. He's got to get in, and he is charging now.
You know, I'm noticing Sheep is using the icicles now in this matchup. He was not using them at all.
I like that choice. I like that choice. There he could have blown off the shield, but he was holding on to the charge. Not sure that was the right call, but either way, I think he's found something here. I think he can bring this back. It's going to be a little tough.
I think he can. He needs to get the stock here, though.
Yeah, he needs to get the stock. There it is.
He does.
Okay, we got a chance now that he's playing up close a little better.
Sound's doing a good job on top of him though too with that star crash.
They're burning each other's EP.
It's also going to be now Tournament.
He's falling behind here.
Sound takes the stock from Sheep.
Oh, some evasion.
Sound's got his charge going. Doesn't manage to land it though, and gets kind of comboed because of it.
Possibly the Tournament stock for Sheep. Grand finals here, 2-1. Sound in the lead. Can Sheep bring it back?
He's struggling to grab that
health here. Not
Yeah.
looking great, but it is a decent opener.
That was an interesting strategy, trying to force him out of his starting position, but didn't seem to end up working out. Sheep's not got
That
all...
game!
There it
The
is!
whole tournament! Sound takes 3-1 over Sheep once again.
Wow. Look at, I mean, just the way Sound was handling every situation was really incredible. I mean, he seemed to have a strategy and a tool for everything in there, you know? He was obviously, like we were saying, incredible at the long distance combat, and then when Sheep managed to get in on him, he was able to just kind of handle the situation perfectly, and not let Sheep convert off of that.
Yeah, I think that there was. I think that match was very even once Sheep kind of switched up the strategy a little bit, and it may have even been slightly in Sheep's favor. But you got to be very careful when you pick a shooting match with Sound, because that's one of the reasons why Sound is a champion. Because as silly as it sounds, like just being able to shoot and evade at the same time from a distance in this game is just crucial to everything from controlling tempo, controlling EP spend, and if you just let Sound do that and play that game for too long, it usually is really, really challenging unless you have a character matchup where you're going to win those trades.
Yeah. I mean, that was some incredible gameplay there for Grand Finals.
Yeah, and fun to see some characters we don't usually see. I mean, when was the last Grand Finals that featured Coolman and Swordman?
Yeah, that was exciting. That was fun. I mean, yeah, look at that. We had Swordman, Sheepman, Coolman, and Starman. You don't usually see that sort of thing in a Grand Finals.
Yeah, I think Starman has been in a few times, probably because of Sound mostly. But yeah, it was a good set, and you know, maybe not. There were definitely a couple close games in there that turned at the last second. But I mean, geez, I feel like 65% of the games were down to almost last hit over the last since I jumped on to commentate. So this was a fantastic tournament, guys. Thank you for letting me jump on and share the mic with you guys for a little bit.
Yeah. Thanks for hanging out.
All right, and that is the tournament, folks. I believe we're gonna get Sound in here to say a few words, so I'm not sure. Yeah, I mean that's the tournament. There we go. All right.
Hi guys. Welcome,
Welcome,
Sound.
champion.
Yeah. Have anything you'd like to say about that match, about your opponent, your strategy?
I love YouTube chat. Thank you for Ignatius telling me to play Swordman.
You wouldn't have won the tournament without him, so you owe Ignatius the tournament title, I believe. That is how it works.
I do. He owns it, not me. Yeah.
You got enough to pass around now. How many tournaments have you won? Do you know?
10? Is this 10?
I was gonna say you had to be getting close to double digits. If this is 10, we need to like throw a party. Can we just make? Is there a way we can like put like a party animation on the screen or an exploding party popper? I guess we should probably confirm that it's actually been 10 tournaments first.
Wait, let me double check. There was 1, 2. Oh my God! Wait, we got 1 in 3.1, 1 in 3.1. So it's 2. We have 3. And then we got 1 in 4.0, 2 and 3.4, 4.2, and then the last two. That's 10. Yeah.
Nice. Congratulations. I'm clapping for you.
Thank you.
What a
It was a fun
career.
tournament.
What a career. It's very possible that you have the lead on tournament titles. We should go
I
back
do not.
probably and do a history.
Sigi is up by 2.
Oh, Siji's got 12.
Yeah, I'll close that soon though.
Ah, yes. The gauntlet has been thrown down. Though I'm not sure, is Siji in a retired period right now?
Sigi plays, just I don't think as seriously.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, so there you go. It's like golf majors, man. You're just catching up, closing those ranks, and eventually, as you keep playing, you'll get past there. So hey, that's awesome. Congrats on another wonderful tournament run.
Thank you.
Very well done.
Prime, were you impressed by my swordman? I know that one was meant for you and Ignatius because I know you both are like super swordman.
Yeah, no, I enjoyed a lot of things about it. I think the pillars were certainly a commitment, but you know when they do hit, and they did hit once or twice, where I think it saved you on the second round, then it definitely makes for a big win. So yeah, I think that your control is definitely a lot better just in general and inside the game. There are a few choices I might have made a little differently, but like that's where like doesn't mean I was right or you were wrong. It's just different character expression. So it's fun to watch other people play characters that you like a lot. Sword is still, if y'all watching them know, Sword is probably one of my 3 or 4 characters I play the most. So I do enjoy him a lot too.
It was actually a great time. So and
Yeah,
you guys
though the Cool Man,
yeah.
you winning over Cool Man was actually the most impressive thing I've seen with Swordman probably ever, because like beating a Cool Man with Swordman is actually incredibly difficult, and I think that you saw that in the third round when he two-stocked it, but like that's a really rough matchup for Swordman.
I'm surprised the Starman worked that well into the Cool Man. I just wanted to play Starman, and I felt like it actually felt a little counterpicky because I just ate the cool block almost every interaction.
Well, once he closed, like you built all your lead up at the start when he was trying to play from a distance, and then after that it was pretty even once he actually started fighting for more interactions and more space. But yeah, I think it was a pretty even matchup overall. It was an interesting one for sure. I'm not sure how that would play out with a little more practice either direction.
Yeah, that's
You guys just
tournament
kind of
season.
mashed on top of each other. The star shields and the blocks were just kind of clashing a couple times and just churning out the EP. So that was a good time too.
Yeah. Well, thanks for having me on. Good luck with the rest of the stream. I'll see you guys around.
Yeah, thanks for
Jumping
popping
on.
in to say some words.
Yep.
All right, guys, you gonna close us out?
Well, thanks for tuning in. That was a lot of fun. We saw some pretty great matches. I mean, overall, a pretty fantastic tournament and obviously a great end. So, thanks for tuning in. Thanks for sticking with us. Thanks to the players for playing. Thanks to Meat Bomb and Kish Prime for talking on the mic with me. You guys have anything else you'd like to say?
Nah, not really. I can't lie. I'm not gonna sugarcoat that.
No, it was really fun to be here. Thank you all for watching and for playing our game. It's always a good time to see people playing this game at such a high level.
Alright, so I guess that's it. Hermit's yelling at me to join the next tournament. Why? Why do you all do this to me every time, man? Oh my goodness. Oh yeah, we gotta say bye apparently.
Okay. Signing off for now. This has been Golden Kish, Meat Bomb, and Kish Prime.
Bye.
Goodbye.